What's
So
going
how's
on?
everything going, man?
Dude, it's good. It's real good. Been busy with the streams, doing a lot of editing, so
Yeah, man,
been
that's
trying
good.
been trying to like balance as far as doing the stream and editing. So it's a
Yeah,
lot of work.
it is. Let me turn this off real quick. It's too bright. Yeah, that's better. What editing software are you using?
I'm using Premiere.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
it's pretty
Yeah,
good.
I don't know why it took so long to switch to Premiere. I was using DaVinci Resolve.
Nice. I never used it. You recommended it to me, and I didn't end up using it. I just went straight to Premiere Pro. It's a
Yeah, I
it's a really nice software.
Premiere is really nice. I was trying to do everything as like I don't want to say financially smart, but you know what I mean. I was just trying to be smart about how I was doing everything, and I wasn't ready to drop the money
Sure.
on something like that.
Yeah, it's
Um,
expensive, man.
yeah,
It's a lot of money.
it's worth it though.
Well, luckily, my lady uses Photoshop and Lightroom,
Yeah.
so she got the bundle, and it kind of works out for all of us.
Yeah, it was the same thing for me. Because she had like this, she had the student plan, and I was like, wait a minute,
Right.
you
You get a
know?
huge discount.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
So definitely
but yeah,
worth
the
it.
the biggest thing I noticed is that DaVinci Resolve takes like 10 times longer to render.
Interesting.
Like it's just
Yeah.
not optimized for it, I guess.
Right.
So instead of taking an hour to render a podcast, it takes like 15 minutes now.
Yeah. That's
So
sick.
yeah,
And the other cool
really.
thing is like your export options. You have so many export options from like Instagram, and it has like custom like YouTube exports, and you can do full like 1080p, which is pretty sweet. So it's definitely a good software.
Yeah, definitely. I think I appreciate it more because I use DaVinci Resolve. You know,
Yeah,
like I notice a lot of stuff.
for sure. Well,
So
like before Premiere, I was just like on a random app on my phone uploading to
oh,
TikTok. So like going from that to Premiere, I had no idea what I was doing.
so
But
the only thing that I still have yet to figure out is like how do you send it to yourself? Like how do you get the video from your
like
computer to your phone for TikTok?
I just email it to myself.
Okay, that's what I
And
do.
like if the file's too big, you can just use Google Drive, which is nice.
Yeah.
So it's pretty straightforward.
I feel like there's got to be a better way to do it though, because I feel like I lose quality doing that.
Yeah, but see what I use this app called InShot. So if I'm exporting to 1080p onto my computer and then sending it in an email, I can export it at 1080p and then in the app download it onto my phone at 1080p. So it doesn't really drop a whole lot.
So it's an app called InShot.
InShot, yeah.
Hmm.
It's mostly
Okay.
made for TikTok and Instagram, so it's a nice little app. It's super easy to use. So
See, learn something new every day, man.
yeah, just check it out.
So you got the PC now, man. How's
I
that? Are
do
you?
have the PC. I've been getting a lot of questions about like, am I gonna switch to PC to like for gaming? But I've been on PlayStation for so long since like PS1. I don't see myself switching just because I really enjoy the PlayStation. And, maybe somewhere down the line I'll like actually start using the PC. But as far as that goes, I mostly use it for editing. It's like a lot faster. It's like I don't drop any frames just from the new computer, so I really only use it for like Streamlabs.
So when you play Phasmophobia, you play that on the PC though,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, definitely on the PC.
So how do you go about switching games?
So on Streamlabs, I just have a different scene. You
Okay.
use Streamlabs, right?
No, I stopped using Streamlabs because I've noticed that it was using more CPU,
Sure.
which you're using console for most of the time, so
Right.
it's not an issue.
For sure.
But until I upgraded CPUs, like Streamlabs was chilling around like 9 or 10% when I was streaming, and OBS chills around like 5%. So
Oh, nice.
it's a big
Sick.
deal. Yeah,
Yeah, that's good.
more FPS, baby.
Oh, for
You know,
sure.
it's important.
But yeah, when I just switch scenes, so I'll it's just a simple click from one to the other, and I can open Phasmophobia into like a different cutscene and then into a different game if I wanted to. So
Yeah. So we did that Warzone tournament, and what did we get? We got like 150, 154th
yeah,
out of
154 out of like 400 teams, which
yeah.
is not bad.
I mean, in the intermediate division too. So we
Sure,
were
and like I was noticing a lot of the people in that division are sweats, dude. Like those are guys that are always playing all the time and like that's all they do. Like we scored what do we get like 60, 70 points?
mhm.
There were people like at top of leaderboard hitting like 160, 180 points.
Yeah, because they were getting 4 wins, and then they were getting like 20 kills a match.
Right, which
Which
is
I mean,
insane to
it's
me. Like 20 kills each. So that's like 40
so
kills per game.
it's not insane to me, but it's insane to me that they did it without bounties. The fact that there weren't bounties and you couldn't really hunt for people the same
Right,
way, like you had to go buy a UAV. Like to
right.
me, that because you get a bounty, you go find them. Usually, obviously you're gonna get more than one kill because they're not by themselves most of the time.
Yeah.
And then you get the money from that, and you can either go buy a UAV, buy a loadout, or you just get another bounty.
Yeah, it definitely changed the
So
flow of the game. It's
yeah,
like
that was weird, man. I wasn't
now that
expecting
it's
that.
now that it's back, it's like you go for the bounty first, and then
Hmm.
once you're close to the bounty, you can quickly pop that UAV, and then track them down a lot faster. But without the bounties, it's just UAVs, and you're just kind of blindly wandering the map looking for kills.
Yeah, and like I mean, if you grab a bounty, it doesn't matter if they have ghosts or not. They're still gonna show up as a bounty. But
Right,
if they got
exactly.
ghosts, UAV ain't gonna do nothing for you.
Yeah,
So
yeah. The bounty
yeah.
definitely makes a huge difference in the gameplay.
So how you liking the zombie royale, man? I love it. I think it's a lot of
Dude,
fun.
I'm a big fan. I posted a couple videos on TikTok and Instagram about like the jump scares. It's
Yeah,
terrifying, man. It's
I haven't gotten one
absolutely
yet.
terrifying. Dude, I got two in a row yesterday, like back to back boxes. And they always seem to catch you off guard when you're like not even paying attention. And
Yeah,
it's scary. But like as far as the actual zombie mode goes, we got a win a couple of days ago, and like the end game is just chaotic.
dude,
Like
I don't know how you win that.
it's insane.
It's so
Like
hard.
I literally just hip fired the MP7. Like I had like three zombies on me and like two actual players shooting at me at the same time. It's nuts.
Have you won one?
Yeah, yeah. I won. We won. We got like 40 kills in like trios. It was insane.
Yeah, I wish it
Yeah,
was quads, man.
yeah. I feel like quads would be more fun, but I don't know. Trios. I think is to me is probably the best like squad play personally.
What is
Like
that?
I don't know. I just like it's a different game flow. You definitely because you have one less person, you're definitely relying more on communication. So you have to
Okay.
like really communicate, rotate through the map together. As but like if you're in quads, you can split two and two.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I like the way the game flows and the communication for trios.
Yeah. When I play with viewers, the issue I run into is I'll be like, "All right, guys, there's a guy over here. Let's go for him," and they don't push with me.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
happens
I
a
see that
lot.
happens a lot. Yeah, yeah, for sure. I
It's
get
so
that when I play
frustrating.
with some of my viewers.
Yeah. Or it really. I don't know if I should start enforcing it because there's so many people that want to play now. But like, I like last night I had a match where neither one had a mic, and I was like, I can't do this, man. It's too
Yeah,
quiet. The
I mean,
stream
unless
got
you're a
awkward.
master at pinging, that's the whole point of the ping system is to like communicate. It's an extra form of communication.
Yeah.
But
Dude, live pings are like cheat codes, bro.
oh yeah, for sure. You know, like and the other interesting thing is like what people don't realize is when they're dead, you can keep a live ping going if you're dead.
Yep.
So like you just have to watch the map if you're dead and continue to ping that same ping and it'll go forever. It's basically a UAV.
Yeah.
So
Um.
I like it a lot.
So me personally, because you were talking about the PlayStation, I think eventually I'll get a PS5 because there's those exclusives that I
Yeah.
want to play. I've still never played Spider Man.
Oh nice. I
Um.
never played it.
Dude, I've heard nothing but good things about it. There's that new one coming out. Um. So I'll probably do that. But I mean, dude, I feel like you should do the same thing, man. PC, it's just keeping everything on one thing. Like
Mhm.
once I went to PC, man, I was like, it was like I saw the light, bro.
Yeah.
Everything's so much easier,
Yeah.
and you have
I've
so
been
much
told that a
control over your
lot
games.
and I don't think I'll ever do it, dude. I I'm just so
One
loyal to
day,
the PlayStation family, dude. Maybe one
one day,
day,
bro. I
but
just my issue with consoles is they're so limited as far as
yeah,
power. You know, like what did
yeah.
you get in your PC?
It's a Ryzen 7, I believe. Then I got a 2080.
Dude,
Uh,
you could totally stream on that.
I know, but like, dude, I love the PlayStation, man.
But
Like,
you'll love the PC more, trust me.
I'm sure I'm sure I will, but
No
I don't
one's
know.
telling you to throw your PlayStation away.
No, but it's my baby, dude. I can't. I also like the bragging rights of outplaying people that I know are on PC while I'm on the PlayStation.
I
So
guess.
like, I'm just proving a point. Maybe someday I'll change the PC. But
I mean, are you when the new PlayStation comes out, you're just gonna switch over to that?
oh yeah, definitely,
Yeah. Okay.
definitely.
Yeah, I'm
But like
curious
I
to
said,
see.
maybe someday I'll play on the PC. But
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna keep bullying you about it.
uh, I'll just keep throwing it right back at you.
All right, man. Dude, so I mean, people who are listening to this probably like a lot of people don't know that like we know each other from that long ago.
Long
Like
time, dude.
I was
Long
trying to
time.
figure out when we like cuz what it I don't want to get specific about what schools cuz then people could just like go look up yearbooks and shit. But
Dude, I think
um
middle
I
school
think middle
maybe I
school.
started hearing about you.
Yeah. Cuz I mean
So
the schools we went to were not big, you
no,
know.
no, it was definitely a small community, like really small town. Like everybody kind of knew everyone, but
Yeah.
yeah, I think as far back as middle school, so that's like what, like 12, 15 years, something like that. It's a long time. We started
Yeah.
actually hanging out freshman year of high school, so
Yeah.
even when we started hanging out, it's still a long time.
Yeah, and then I think we really started to get to know each other when I started swimming.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah. Were you on the
Yeah.
swim team all 4 years?
No, I actually only did it senior year.
Oh. See, because I did it junior and senior. And
Yeah.
senior year, like I feel like I did decent enough where like that's the one regret I have about high school. Is like I wish I had done it all 4 years.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I
I
got into
loved it.
swimming because like I was a little heavier built in high school,
So was I.
so I needed exercise. So I was like, I'll
Yeah,
join the
man.
swim team. My sister's on there, and my girlfriend's on there. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna join the swim team, get some exercise, and it was a good time, dude. That's when we really started hanging out, going on all these trips.
Yeah. I mean, some of my viewers have been asking me like, hey, like I'm a little hefty. How do I lose weight? And I'm just like, dude, I mean, what helped me was swimming. Like I
Oh
was
yeah,
literally eating whatever I wanted and still losing weight because you
oh
burn
dude,
so many
I
calories, man.
I ate like a garbage can. Dude, I was
Because
going to I was going to Taco Bell, Jack in the Box. Well, because there's nowhere to eat in a town like that. So you have
yeah,
all
I
these
know. You just
fast food spots, and you're like
yeah,
chowing down on these like 1,500 calorie meals a day, like every meal, and then
yeah.
you go swim and it's fine.
What do you mean? There's places to eat. There's Chili Pepper and Mr.
I mean,
G's.
yeah, like
I like how
burrito
they
every night.
call them different. Like, why do they call them different things?
Dude, it's to get your attention. They make you feel like you're going to a different restaurant when in reality it's serving up the same food.
Yeah, I don't get how that's good for like.
Well, because there's a competition, because then people like fight for which one's better, even though it's owned by the same company.
Dude, I guarantee you, if somebody brought two of them and that you didn't know which one was which, there's no difference,
Oh yeah,
dude.
it's the same, 100%.
It's exactly the same.
Yeah.
They use the same amount of lard in those beans. They.
Same tortillas, same meat.
yeah, dude,
Yeah,
those tortillas, bro.
I've seen the same lady going back and forth from each one, working the counter. It's
yeah,
insane.
they're interchangeable.
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
Dude, so like, when's the last time you went back to Yuma? Like, when's the last
Oh
time you went back
man.
home? Is that did you
Oh,
like
actually,
were
it
you
was.
born there?
Yeah, born and raised.
Okay, yeah, me too.
Yeah,
So
I moved around a little bit while my dad was working, but other than that, we like Yuma my whole life. All my family's there. But last time I was in Yuma, probably like 4 months ago, because my
yeah,
family moved to San Diego, so we haven't been back. So
okay.
I've just been visiting San Diego this whole time.
Are
So
you still up in like Northern California?
yeah, we're still in the Bay.
Yeah,
We're in
you guys plan on staying there?
I mean, it's getting expensive, so we'll see.
Yeah.
It's pricey, but I mean, if we can make it work, then we'll make it work.
I mean,
It's
we're able to
just
make it work here with just
yeah,
me doing all this stuff, but it's
sure.
not it's still stressful.
Well,
I
yeah,
don't like it.
you're barely getting by. Like
I wouldn't say barely, but it's just I don't like that like it fluctuates. Not every month is the same, you know.
sure,
If I didn't have
no,
any
that
money
can
saved up, whoo, it would be
yeah.
sketchy, bro. If I didn't
Oh
have any
yeah,
money saved up for the military,
right.
because like I'm still waiting on my unemployment check.
Oh damn, you
Yeah,
still
because
haven't gotten any of that.
the first 2 months that I was out of the military, I wasn't making anything on Twitch or TikTok or anything. So that's when I was really using my savings.
Mm,
And what happened was my name changed when my stepfather adopted me.
yeah.
So I called the unemployment office here, and they're just like, "Yeah, we're backed up. It's supposed to take 6 to 8 weeks for them to review a identity verification check or whatever.
Wow,
And since we're backed up, it's probably gonna take possibly double." And I was like, "Bro,
that sucks, dude.
like what if that all that does is make me think of like people who are in the same situation as me, but they didn't have money saved up. You know,
Right.
like they just got laid off and living paycheck to paycheck.
That's
Like,
it. Yeah, I knew a
what do
lot of
you
people
do?
like that. When everything shut down, it was just kind of it was like just a shit show, you know? Like, it was
Yeah.
insane.
What are you guys doing right now? Is your
I've been
girlfriend
streaming.
or
I've
your
been streaming full
wife?
time. Been streaming full time, trying to like build myself as a content creator.
Yeah,
But my wife's been getting a lot of photo shoots and keeping herself busy.
that's
She's a
awesome, dude.
photographer, so I mean,
Yeah,
luckily she's been busy, and she still has that part time job besides photography.
yeah.
So it's been kind of working out a little bit. Hopefully, it
D-
starts picking up as far as my job is concerned. So
yeah, dude. I think it will, man. You just gotta. I think right now there's a lot of people who started during this whole thing that are having to go back to work and school and all that stuff. And with that, also comes with the viewers going back to work and school. So there's kind of a big drop. And I think a lot of content creators and streamers that started out, they're gonna get discouraged by it and they might quit because it's oversaturated right now.
oh yeah, for
It
sure.
went from everybody having like nothing to do all day to like
Hmm.
now everybody has a bunch to do. And then
Yeah.
not only that, like I feel like everybody's just kind of I don't know. I feel like tell me if this makes sense, but if I spent the last couple of months doing nothing but like watching TV, being on my phone, watching Twitch, all that stuff, once everything starts to go back to normal, I'm gonna be like, all right, yeah, it's like time to take a break from all this stuff. Like I've been doing nothing but that for the last 3 months, you know? Like I totally get it. Like I would want to,
Right.
go outside, do something different, go to the beach, you know?
I mean, it could go that way, or it could just be like I don't know, like people. That's just our form of entertainment now. Is the TV, the cell phones, the
Yeah.
computers, the video games, and you have this community on Twitch where that's all it is. You have everything pretty
Yeah.
centrally located, and thanks to COVID, we don't just have video games on Twitch now. We have like cooking and music, and you have these DJs coming out with really cool content and like new music. So it's kind of
Yeah.
all in one spot. So I think Twitch definitely benefited from COVID. But yeah, definitely there's a lot of content creators that are giving up.
Yeah.
So
It's sad, man, because there's people that I, like that I've met and reached out to and talked to, played games with, gotten to know a little bit that I haven't like seen anything from because they just kind of stopped,
right,
you know.
yeah, and it's definitely a hard thing to keep up with, especially if you want to be
Yeah.
good at it.
Dude,
Uh,
it's people
it's
underestimate how much work it is, you
yeah,
know.
it's like anything though. Like whatever job or dream, like whatever it is you want to do in life, like you have to put in the hours and the work. Like when I
Yeah.
started cooking a long time ago, I was working like 15, 16 hours a day, like 6 days a week.
Mhm.
And like it's just that's what got me to where I was with cooking was from putting in the hours. And it's just the same with content creating. Like if you give up, like you're just kind of you're done.
Yeah. Um I wanted to talk to you about that, man. Like how did everything go with the cooking stuff? Cuz I
It was
know.
it was great. It was going great. I was working at I helped the restaurant I was at. I say helped because I was there for pretty much the whole time they were trying to get all the achievements, but But when I left, they had 36 best restaurant in the world, which is great.
Yeah, that's
They
crazy,
had
man.
the three Michelin stars. It's a whole like you
I
pay
didn't.
$360 per person without wine pairing just to eat there. So
Jeez, bro.
I was exactly where I wanted to be in my career, and then
Yeah,
COVID happened, and it just kind of made me evaluate. Like I took time away from cooking and realized that it wasn't like it was nice to take a break, and then
yeah,
I got into the whole content creating, and it started with just like streaming on my TV with my PlayStation. It built, and I realized that cooking was it was taking a lot of time away from being at home, but also like being creative in my own mind. Like
yeah,
if you're not like the owner or the head chef at a restaurant, like you don't really have any room for your creative side.
yeah,
You just follow orders, and like it's true to a certain extent where like the whole like going in the kitchen, like you get yelled at all the time. It happens, but it's like I think the most disappointing thing about it is like you can't really exercise your creativity at all.
yeah.
So
Especially at a restaurant that takes it that seriously, you know, because
yeah,
they
yeah,
got all
like
the
it was
achievements and
intense,
stuff.
man. Like it's really cutthroat. Like I I think what like again, like it's going back to like whatever you do, like it's you have to work hard. And I
Yeah,
think it made me also, I don't know, kind of an asshole, for lack of a better word. Like I don't know, I got a message from some guy on Instagram who was like, he messaged me basically saying like, why were you so mean? Like he was one step above me, but he didn't deserve it because I knew I was better than him.
hmm,
But like he messaged me, he's like, why were you so mean to me? Um, I don't understand why I didn't get your respect when I came in. And I just told him like, you know, I just you came in thinking that that was your spot, but you didn't deserve it. And like I'm the kind of guy who's like, you have to earn my respect. You don't just get it.
yeah.
But yeah, cooking just kind of it made me a little sharp edged, I guess you could say. And it was just nice to take a break from that. So COVID definitely helped me kind of realize where my life was going as far as cooking's concerned.
Sounds like my experience in the military, to be honest, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
not as
intense.
much as like the um I don't. I mean, it's weird, man, because you see, there was always people who complained in the military that because we had these tests that you had to take to make rank. That's the way they did it. You take a test, and these tests they would be 150 questions, and they could be on anything in aviation, including aircraft we don't work on. It would be like how high off the ground is the fire extinguisher supposed to be on a C-130? It's like I don't work on C-130s. I work on 60 MH-65 Dolphin helicopters. You know what I mean? It's completely different aircraft. French, not an American plane. You know what I mean? But they
Yeah,
expect you to be able to store all that knowledge for a test that you take twice a year, and then get ranked based off that. I know people who've studied their ass off and did terribly. I never studied for it. I just guessed, and I mean, based off of how I did each test, like I might look at some stuff like the week before, you know, but I didn't like stress about it because I. You also got this thing they called dinosaur points, which was basically just your points from being in, like based off of how many years in service. So a lot of people banked on that helping them. And then also you had award points. So like if you had like good conduct medals, which was like a automatic thing you got from just not getting in trouble,
yeah,
that helped. But I mean, like I said, I saw people study their ass off and do terribly. I saw people study their ass off and do just well enough to make the cut. And then I saw people who didn't study at all and did better than some people who like. I mean, you could see like it was stressing them out. It was making their work. Like it was making their like quality of work suffer, dude. You know?
yeah, yeah. There's like it's a lot of anxiety that goes into
Yeah.
it for sure.
So there
Just
was. Sorry, what were you saying?
very good. I was just saying like the anxiety of like wanting to do better and like move forward. It's like
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Well, I mean, my issue with it, because people always, I had people ask, they're like, if there was something you could change about the Coast Guard, what would you change? And I think it would be the way that they Um, that people make rank. I think it should be
Yeah.
based off of other stuff. Like it should be like a board or something where like you actually come in and talk to some people and they ask you some questions and you know what I mean? It should be more based off of like I don't know, how seriously you take stuff and things like
Right.
that. And
Like your
the
character as a whole.
yeah, not just like, oh, like I'm good at taking a test because the other thing was people were like, oh, like that guy literally is on the computer all the time. He doesn't help with like working on the helicopters and stuff like that. Like he's hiding, studying, you
Yeah.
know? And so people would always give people shit for that. And those were the people that would make rank sometimes, you know, because they did. They studied more.
Hmm.
Um, but for me, the issue was that there was no way that I could be a good mechanic, a good flight mechanic, you know, like hoisting and stuff like that, because that takes practice too, man. You know,
Yeah.
learning
Yeah,
how to,
definitely.
because you have to tell the pilots like where to move the helicopter, because they can't
Mhm.
see the ground. You know, so to be good at all that stuff, and then on top of that, study your ass off for these tests to make rank, because you're going against literally like everybody else who does your job.
Yeah.
Too much stress.
Oh
That's
yeah.
big part of the reason why I got out. I just it seemed so unnecessary, and we got paid the same as the other branches, but I
Sure.
mean smaller service, so more responsibility. We
Yeah.
didn't. The other branches get bonuses. We didn't get
Mhm.
bonuses. Coast Guard didn't have
Yeah.
money for it. But I loved it, man. I mean, I don't regret it at all. You know, I just don't think I could have done it for 20 years.
Yeah. It's a long time, man.
Yeah.
And like I'm sure as far as like getting to the top, I'm sure it's just about the same as cooking. Like it takes so
Hmm.
long. And once
Yeah.
you're finally there, like you're just kind of burnt out.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
like
it seemed like
it's
most of the people that I talked to, the reason why they were still in was because they like just didn't they either didn't feel like they would know what to do if they got out with their life, like they didn't know what to go to school for, or they didn't think they could get like a job that paid the same and stuff like that. And I mean, that was definitely like part of the reason why getting out was scary was all the uncertainty.
mhm.
But the other thing I always looked at was like there's how many people in the country? There's like what 365 million or something like that. Probably more than that now.
Yeah.
But there's that many people in the country and there's only so many people in the military. All those other people are, you know, getting by somehow.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I mean, yeah, it's hard to like to be a career changer. It's definitely it's
yeah.
not an easy thing to do, especially if like that's kind of all you know.
Yeah.
Like I was just talking to my wife the other day, and it's like cooking was never like my biggest passion. I got into it because I knew I was good at it, and like I
Okay.
wanted to see where I could take it. So I just started and just made it my goal to be better than the person next to me, and ended up where I was. And
Do you think that making cooking your job took the fun from it at all?
I mean, I always had a pretty good time, but
Okay.
it was like I don't know. It's definitely it's hard to say, just because like I'd go
Yeah.
in one day and have a awesome time, and then I'd come in the next day and just get completely yelled at and broken down. Like there's a lot of people in the industry that just aren't afraid to like put you in your place, like and like it really breaks you down a little bit. Like
Yeah.
there was one day on my first cooking jobs where I made it up the ranks and ended up passing people that had way more experience than I did just because I worked harder. And then there was one day, I thought I was doing well. And then one of the chefs came up to me and told me to, step off the line like you're done for the night. I'm like, okay, I'll just go in the back and prep. And it's like the most embarrassing thing ever to like
Mm.
get kicked off a station. And like, it's just that constant fear of
Yeah.
getting put in your place again that just was so stressful. So
Yeah.
definitely a little bit of fun out of it, just being afraid. Like no one wants to be afraid at a job,
Yeah.
but that's just how it is. Like they teach you like that's just part of it. Like you have to deal with that, and like that's the job.
Yeah.
So
Well, like once a year they had what they called stand team, which is like the standardization team. They come around to each station once a year and make sure that everybody is doing the same thing. so that when you go to another station, like everything's that like they always talk about it um whenever there's like a hurricane,
Mm.
they send people from every station in the country, or mostly, like sometimes, they're not going to send people from like Alaska, but they'll send people from stations all over the country. And so you'll be flying with pilots you've never met, a rescue swimmer that, you just learned his name, stuff like that. But because we all train the same, it's like, the puzzle pieces fit together still.
Sure.
So this team would come around once a year, and you had to take a written test, which, I mean, we would study in the mornings for it or something as like a group. So that part was not that bad. As long as you kept studying for it, like, 10, 15 minutes a day, you were good. Um, but the thing that everybody was always just nervous about was they would take you out on a flight if you were a flight mechanic, and they would like watch you hoist and all that stuff. And if you failed that, which if you failed, it was because there was something safety related. But just the idea of failing it and then having to um, write the letter to the captain saying that like you basically wasted the station's time, because now they have to
Yeah.
take you out on another flight to like recertify you. Like that was the thing that everybody was scared of, you know. Like you would hear of somebody having that happen, and you could tell that like just that person's mood would just be like shit for like a week because they would come in and just feel embarrassed. But I never got sent out on one of those flights. I looked out
Nice.
because it
I
was
mean,
random. They couldn't take everybody. But
yeah,
I was always a backup in case somebody was like sick or didn't show up or something.
sure.
Maybe I would have been
Sounds
like, "Oh, I got a flat tire." No, I'm not coming in.
You got COVID.
I got the
Someone got
shits.
COVID. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's intense, man.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we didn't. I know we hung out a couple times. The biggest reason I feel bad because I meant to come see you before I left, but it's such a pain to travel around like the Bay Area, you
Oh yeah,
know? Everything's
it's a
so out of
lot.
your way, traffic and
It's very spread out. People think it's just San Francisco, but like it goes all the way up from San Francisco, literally 50 miles. I'm probably exaggerating, but like pretty far down into San Jose, and like that whole area is a lot. There's a lot of
yeah.
different cities and towns and spaces. Like I didn't blame you for not visiting, just because like we were both so busy all the time.
Yeah, that was the other thing. I knew you were busy, you know.
I was at the time. I was like still. I was 2 years into my first cooking job, and like I didn't have time off.
Yeah.
I got like one holiday off a year for like 2 days, 3 days, and then that was it.
Yeah. Have
So
you
like just recently, like this will probably be my first year where I can actually enjoy a long holiday.
that's good,
So
man.
yeah,
I was going to say, have you thought about doing like cooking streams?
I've been thinking about it. There's a lot of people in my chat on Twitch that are like, you should do a cooking stream because they asked me what I did before, and I'll tell them like I cooked, and they want to see it. So I might
Yeah.
try to figure out a setup so that I can do that. Start with something small, like maybe like break down some sort of animal, like a fish or like a chicken, and then cook it up, and
Bumped my
then just
mic.
see how it goes.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah,
think that's a great idea, man. I think people would see how passionate you are about it, you
yeah,
know?
for sure, and like it'll keep my skills kind of centered, and
Yeah.
just keep me refreshed on cooking. Because I see a lot of like people on like TikTok and like Instagram and YouTube who are like cooking, but it's not refined.
Yeah.
Like there's still that it's still instilled in me, like when I look at someone cooking to critique it, especially on like
Gotcha.
TikTok where it's so easily accessible, where I can
Mhm.
see things wrong with what's happening in the videos, and it like makes me cringe sometimes. But
Like people who
yeah,
are like people that are acting like it's like professional or what?
yeah, yeah. So I saw this. There's this guy I saw the other day making just a steak, right? Just a normal steak, and he was like cooked it, seasoned it, whatever. And then the end product, I looked at it and immediately was like, that looks awful. And at the end of the
Yeah,
video, this guy is like, and that's how you make the perfect steak. I'm like, first of all, that's not how you make a perfect steak.
you're like Gordon Ramsay. You're like, it's
And I'm like,
it's raw. You're
oh
sitting
yeah,
there, you're like yelling at
where
the
the
camera,
hell is this
yelling
woman
at your
right now?
phone. Come on, man.
But yeah, definitely I will come up with a way to do a cooking stream. I think it'll be fun for everybody and also myself. So we'll
Yeah,
see. It's in the making.
I'd tune into that for
Oh
sure,
yeah.
man. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. It's interesting. I feel like everybody like I get comments sometimes. People are like, I don't get it. Like, is this guy like good at video games or entertaining or what? Like, why do people watch him? And people will comment. They'll be like, I think he's a genuinely like cool person and stuff like that. Like, he's decent at video games. Like, like some people will be like, I've only seen him play these games. Like, I haven't tuned in that much.
Yeah.
Um, but like, it's just interesting because I definitely see the people that are like they've grown on Twitch because they're just really good at games, but like they don't really
Yeah.
engage with chat,
Sure.
you know. And I to me, my favorite part about it is like the chat, man. Like I could be doing bad in a game, but if the chat's still having a fun time, like it doesn't matter, you know.
Right.
Because I
Yeah.
every
That's the
yeah
that's the whole point of what we do, right? It's like we're to entertain people and like really like give people a
yeah
reason to watch us. Is like be
yeah
different from the person next to you, and
yeah
like they have access to all these different people, like whether they watch you or me or like someone else on Twitch. Like there's a little niche for everybody.
mm-hmm yeah
But yeah, chat. It's definitely fun to interact with the chat. I see a lot of big streamers who don't do that. Like their moderators will, but they themselves do not. And
yeah
I mean, I get that it's hard sometimes, but like that's why I don't really like filter myself on Twitch, just because like people get entertained, from like me like interacting with chat or like saying a joke or even like losing my shit when I die. Like it's funny for them to watch. Like it's annoying for me because I'm dead, but like when I freak out, they think it's hilarious, and I think that's definitely why people come back is to like see our personalities.
yeah. I'm not one to like freak out and rage as much, so. But there's a guy that I found last night on TikTok. Like I saw his because I guess he posted a TikTok and it blew up. It was him playing the Zombie Royale, and he's like playing with the viewer, right? And it's like some little kid, and the kid's like, the kid's like, "Holy shit! I just shit my pants!" Like, and like he's like, "Get yourself together, soldier!" He's like, he's like talking to this little kid, you know. And it's like, "Holy hell!" Like he's like just. Holy hell on high! He's like talking.
Oh, I saw that one.
You saw that one, right? Dude, I went and followed his Twitch. It was like 4 in the morning last night.
Sure.
Like I popped in at like it was like 1 here, right? 4 in the morning over there. There was still 10 people in there, and he's just like you could tell he was having a moment where like he was just talking to him. He's like, dude, I can't believe it's 4 in the morning right now, and there's 10 people here just chilling. Like to him, that was like I see where he's at right now. He's at that really like he had his first video like really go off, and like he seems like a really genuine dude. So I plan on I think I'll hit him with the raid sometime and reach out. I think he seems like a really cool guy. I think if me, you, and him played trios in Zombie Royale, that would be insane, dude.
Oh, that'd be a
You know
good
what I
time.
mean?
For sure. Yeah.
But I saw him. It was the TikTok before that. He was driving one of those tactical rovers, and he went off a cliff, and he goes, "Oh!" Like, he's like it's like slow mo, and he lands in the back of a one of the big trucks, and he's like, "You dumb fuck!" Like in slow motion. He's like, "Get out of the way!" Like,
Oh, dude.
yeah. So,
That's quality content if you can capture
uh,
like moments like that. For sure.
yeah, just be over the top.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I have moments like that where I'm like, dude, like, to like freak out. You definitely, dude, like, there's times I'm like, damn, bro. Like,
God, I lose it sometimes because I'm so competitive. Like it's not just because there's people watching. It's because I want to be so much better than I think I am that like I just lose it, dude.
dude,
Yesterday yesterday or the day before, I was streaming and like a bunch of people in chat were like, "Take a deep breath, it's okay." I'm like, "No, fuck that. I gotta back this win right now."
dude, I gotta, if I had killed the guy, it would have for sure been the highlight. That's the whole thing I was thinking in my head. I was like, dude, I can't believe I actually got in here. That I think it was the first or second time we played Zombie Royale. We were next
Sure.
to like the bridge We were in that
Oh yeah, I
building.
remember. Yeah.
Dude, those guys kept hiding in that corner by the door. But one of
Yep.
them, I saw one of them come downstairs, and he saw me on the ATV,
Mhm.
and he shut the door. And so I like come busting through the door with the ATV, and I try to get in. I go through both doorways, and I'm like, I like bat. He shot at me and missed the whole entire magazine. So he's reloading, and I'm like coming to like run him over, and he switched and had a shotgun. Just boom, shot me right off. I was like, oh man, that would have been so funny because I was gonna go right up the stairs and go for the other guy.
Yeah.
You know, he would have been like, what the hell? Like,
We were people like that are the worst. Like we were playing. It was really late game and like hospital. Hospitals like on the
yeah,
roof of the hospital. There's so many campers
yeah,
and like
that's
we were late game. Me and my boy had like maybe 5-6 kills each. Like decent game. And
mhm.
then we get to late game. We're pushing through. We hit downtown and just get AR'd right in the open with this guy sitting on the roof probably the whole game.
Okay.
And like shit like that like irritates me. And, like I lost it.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah, everybody has those moments,
it's got
man.
its moments. It's got its moments, dude. But like certain freakouts are okay. Like when we play Phasmophobia together, like we have some good moments, dude. We're like
Dude,
screaming into the mic,
does
just
that
completely horrified.
do you legit get scared by stuff like that?
I mean, like, just by the I get so into the games that like, yeah,
Yeah.
like the TikToks I post are like my reaction. Those are real.
Okay.
Like I don't
Yeah.
I don't like fake any of that. That's
Cause
the other
that stuff
reason why.
doesn't scare me, man. I've seen way too many horror movies. It takes a lot to get me. Like jump
Well,
scares
I mean,
get me, but
I don't get scared by a whole lot in real life. If
yeah.
that makes sense. But like jump scares get me. Like, but like if someone were to, if like obviously if like someone's trying to like really scare me in real life, like it's not gonna scare me. But like I get so into the game and like my face is in the screen, where like it makes me jump a little bit,
I
dude.
just thought there was the one clip I posted where we like went into that room and nobody saw anything and we just all started freaking out for no reason. Like there was nobody somebody was like, "Oh!" and like everybody, "Ah, ah, ah!" Everybody starts freaking out.
Oh, when that clip where you left me in
Oh
the
my
doorway.
gosh, bro.
When I'm saying open the door,
Yeah, yeah,
unlock the
open
door,
the
like
door.
that's
Did you think I was
real, dude.
outside?
I don't know. I lost you.
Dude, so you saw, right? Like I come down the stairs and you're like, Lisa, whatever, you're like talking to
Oh
her, and
yeah.
then the door just shuts. Like, I saw the door shut, bro. And I heard it lock and I'm like, oh. I was like,
Dude,
uh-oh.
so yeah, I thought like if I clicked it enough times, like I thought it would open and I'd get out, but then it didn't. It
Dude,
just didn't open.
I have one. I'm trying to get Vision Wise to play with us, but he's really digging I want to say probably tripling down. It's probably the word to put it like for it. Um, he kind of got burnt down on TikTok, and he took a little like weekend break, and I guess all he did was like write ideas for TikTok. So he's just been like hammering out like really good TikToks. Like I saw one where it was like somebody. It was like, um, it was supposed to be like his girl, like this. I guess like his girlfriend. He doesn't have a girlfriend, but he was supposed to be like his significant other, like tickling him, right? And he's
Mhm.
like, like it's just the words. Like sometimes, a lot of times, he doesn't like actually talk. It's just subtitles. And
Sure.
he's like, stop, stop. And then he finally just like slaps her, dude. And I was like, and like she's just laid out on the ground, and you see the dog, but it's him. Like he's got a towel on his head, so he's just laying on the ground, passed out.
Oh, dude. Well, like
Uh,
that's the awesome thing about TikTok is like there's so much opportunity and like different ideas that you can bring to the table, and like there's always gonna be someone that likes it.
yeah. I mean,
That's
he's got 2 million followers. So like
damn.
it's for him it's just like it like even something that's like that. I think that got like 50,000 views or something, you know?
That's a
And
lot still.
yeah, it's a lot, but I mean like for him like he's at the point where it's like he could try new stuff, and even if it doesn't like really pop off like he still gets to see like some real constructive criticism and feedback from his
Right.
audience, cuz a lot of them still see it, you
Yeah.
know. I don't know, man. The whole follower thing on TikTok is weird because I feel
It is.
like
Yeah.
it's almost I don't want to say pointless, but it feels like it almost is because a lot of people they'll when you open TikTok, it automatically is on like following. People usually just tap and go over to for you, you know.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Yeah.
it's weird, man. I don't, like I feel like
It's
the
like, yeah, it's an interesting algorithm for sure. Like I'm
yeah.
still in the middle of trying to crack it. Like it's like everything from the time you post to like who sees it, like your hashtags, like the day of the week. It's a crazy algorithm. And like there'll be times when if you look at it, you go to a video that's on your for you page, it was posted like weeks ago,
Hmm.
sometimes days ago. Like it just depends.
Yeah, I've had TikToks that like they start out doing okay and it's like all right, like I don't know what's gonna happen to that one, and it'll just keep going like at
Yeah.
its slow pace, and the next thing you know it's at like 100,000 over like a week or two. um
Hmm.
like I've been posting less, like I dialed back. I used to post like 5 or 6 times a day,
Yeah.
but I started to just get burnt out, and like with all the stress of everything else going on, I felt like my content was starting to suffer. um
Right.
and so I started posting less and focusing more on quality, and it
Hmm.
seems like it's kind of leveling out now. So yeah, it's weird, man. I feel like it comes in waves too, because
Oh,
like
for
I know other creators who they'll just go through these spouts where like they're just getting, they won't even, it's hard to get like 10,000 views, you know?
yeah.
It's happened to me a couple times where it's like it'll take a while for it to hit 10K, you know, even though I
Yeah.
have the almost 100,000.
Right.
Um the podcast highlights are, they have to be a really good clip for it to get at least 10K.
Right.
Those are really hard. Um
Well, I mean, it's as long as I feel like as long as you're putting something up, like just to
yeah.
keep your name relevant. I feel
Yeah.
like, and like going back to the whole follower thing, I think I don't think it's so pointless only because when someone follows you, they like sometimes they'll click on your name and then follow to see your videos and your content, and then you have that link to your Twitch, and
Yeah.
go to your Twitch, and then there's your viewer right there.
I'm not saying it's pointless. I just mean I don't think it has is it shouldn't be your main focus, because you
Sure.
want people to see it on your for you page, right?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
want it to hit the for
Definitely.
you page. So if only your followers are seeing it, that's a problem, you know?
Yeah.
So I I feel like people focus on that a lot, and it's
Yeah.
like you'll get a lot of followers from like a good post, you know what I mean?
Sure.
But like if I don't know, you get what I mean.
Yeah, yeah. And like what I've been doing is just watching like YouTube videos and like just
Yeah.
tips about how to grow your community on TikTok. And it's it's a different world on TikTok. Like it's
Yeah.
different than YouTube and Twitch and Instagram, Twitter. Like it's its own thing. Like I was watching one where you the best time to post is at the 59 because the for you page refreshes on the hour. So like little things like that are like important to know if you're trying to grow
I didn't know
as
that.
a content creator. Yeah. So
Have you have you checked to see if that's a real thing?
I mean, to a certain extent, yes. I have noticed that. I mean, even though I don't have a lot of views, that I've been posting at 59 or like right on the hour, and like there is a big influx of views and likes right off the bat, and then it starts to trickle down for sure. But
Hmm.
yeah, I guess it also like just like I said depends on the day. Like the time you post, there's gonna be more people on at certain times or like certain days of the week.
Yeah, so I've noticed for some reason Sundays are terrible.
Sundays are yeah, I feel like Sundays because
Like,
it's definitely oversaturated on like weekends for
no, it's
sure.
not, like for me it's not even that. I just think people aren't on. Like they're out doing family stuff, you know? Like they're not
Sure.
on their phone as much.
Yeah, I have
Cuz
noticed the
like
Sunday streams are slow.
yeah, I mean Saturdays are okay. I make sure to post more in the afternoon on Saturdays, cuz like right now I'll post like one or two around like 11, 12 o'clock, and then I'll post another one, or sometimes it's pretty rare now that I post more than 3. Um just
Mhm.
because I've been trying to do more game clip stuff,
Yeah,
you know? Um but those take time, you know? You got to
yeah,
edit
definitely.
that. So, like I would have loved to have gotten one in before the podcast, but I had other stuff going on, like with
Yeah,
like lawyer and stuff like that, you know? It's only
I
so
feel
much
it.
time.
Yeah, and
My
like I've
my
noticed that like, it's
sorry.
not like TikTok's interesting because like I don't think people really like think too much of the quality. I mean, to a certain extent,
Yeah.
I'm saying like take it with a grain of salt, but like my most watched video, it was just it had the black borders because TikTok it's all vertical videos. So
Yeah.
like when you transfer from Twitch, it has that weird black border on top, and like I just had one caption on top, super simple, very minimally edited, and it got the most views on my page.
Yeah.
It's very very interesting how TikTok works as far as that's concerned.
Yeah, I think the reason why I've cared more about spending more time on the editing is because I feel like it's gotten to a point now where if you're in a very like niche specific area on TikTok,
Yeah,
like you're gonna start seeing like you're gonna start to notice like, oh, this person put a little more effort into their stuff, you know? Because I did the black border stuff for, I mean, pretty much up until like 2.5 weeks ago, and then I started
sure.
putting a little more effort. And my viewers are like, dude, do more videos like this. Like this is awesome. Like it looks good. You know, like just like they noticed that I'm putting more effort into it, and like yeah, I even had some people like, dude, they're like, now you're just copying so and so, and I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm like, it's just a
You're doing your
style.
own thing, yeah. Well, like
Yeah,
definitely started getting more into the editing, uh, probably the same just a couple weeks ago, and
yeah,
like it. I think it's more for me personally. It feels good to like actually edit and make it look nice.
yeah,
So it helps. It helps like if not other people, it definitely helps you feel better.
yeah. I feel like I'm definitely getting more efficient at it too. You know, because I'm
Yeah, yeah,
learning
for
how to do
sure.
it better. Like
There's a
I
lot that goes into the editing.
I feel like the longer the video is, the more editing you're gonna have to do. You know, because you gotta make things pop up and things like that to get people to stay entertained for like a full 40 seconds. You know,
Yeah.
like I don't know if you saw the one I posted yesterday, where it was like me and a couple other streamers that I had like ran into. We were playing the zombie royale mode, and I got like I
Was
killed
that where
this
you're in the back
guy.
of the truck?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that
dude.
was funny, dude.
Dude,
That was
that
cracked
guy,
up.
you're a pussy ass bitch. I was like, what, dude? I'm all laughing. I'm like,
Oh
like,
man, yeah,
I love hot
those hot
mics,
mics
bro.
are hilarious.
Yeah,
That's definitely a big niche in the gaming community is those hot mics.
yeah. I just feel like you don't want to overdo it because, like, I do see some where it's like, here's some of my best hot mics from the last week, and it's like just 40 seconds, you know, and it's like,
Yeah,
nah, I feel like it's better when it's more like random and a surprise.
sure.
There's definitely some people who have built like a following off of just hot mics,
Hmm.
or maybe not just hot mics, but that's definitely something they focus on a lot more, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, like it's just like how do I say it? Like can't find the words for it, but it's not. I'm just rambling. It's hard to say only because like it's like you said, very hit or miss.
yeah.
You can't really. I don't know, man. It's like I could do that and it could just die off, or
Hmm.
like someone else who is more built in the community than I am is gonna get a lot more views and likes on that same video that I posted. That
Yeah.
was probably maybe funnier or better created.
Yeah. I mean, the way that I look at it is it's when it comes down to it, you know, supply and demand. So
Yeah,
if you're just posting the same stuff all the time, people are gonna get burnt out on it.
yeah.
But
And like
like I've been
people
trying
want
to
more
post like
content.
a yeah, I've been trying to post a variety of stuff. I haven't done too many skits lately because I just haven't been in the mood for them.
Yeah,
Um, well, I kind of like people are like, oh yeah, like I like this too. This is different. Like some people are like, oh, I like more of like the girlfriend videos or you know, because I do different stuff.
yeah. Well, you
And then
can
not
hit
only
different corners of your niche too if you do stuff
yeah,
right.
yeah. So it's definitely been I've been trying to experiment safely
Yeah,
because there's definitely where you can go too far with something and then like it just does terrible and then all of a
for
sudden
sure.
it does affect your other videos, man.
Oh yeah,
Um, because there's that whole like theory of positive and negative momentum, you know.
yeah,
Um, so like if you have a video do really well, I feel like you have to be really careful. Like you have to be very strategic about what type of video you put out next because if it's good again, it's gonna also blow up a little bit. You know, that's what I've noticed.
Yeah. The other thing too is like that's actually what I was gonna say is the speed. Like people want content fast. Like if it
Yeah.
doesn't catch your attention right away, like they're just gonna scroll by. Like even if it's
Yeah.
just like that first screen or like the first look, like they'll just scroll right past. Like I've done that where I'll go on TikTok and just scroll by just because it doesn't look that interesting.
Do you know the other thing that I've noticed, and I've caught myself doing it? I'm like, you know what? Like, I'm gonna go back because that guy deserved a like, you know?
Yeah.
Because like I'll like laugh and just keep scrolling. I'm like, wait a minute,
Mhm.
I should have liked that, you know? And I'm
Yeah.
more self conscious about that, or I'm more, um, yeah, self conscious about that now because like if I'm, you know what I mean? Like if I'm doing that to people, that means they're doing it to me too. You know? It's like, damn, I didn't even think
So
about that.
like the other thing I learned on that topic is TikTok does this thing where they go by views. Obviously, it gets on your for you the more views it gets, not just likes.
Yeah.
But like they start you off at like the 3 second mark. If like a certain amount of people watch the first 3 seconds of your video, they move you up. They expose you to more for you pages,
Yeah.
and then if those people that they expose you to are watching up to 5 seconds, for example, I don't know if that's the exact number,
Yeah.
but
Right. Nobody
if
knows.
enough of those people go up to 5 seconds, we'll say they move you up and expose you more until it hits the end of the video. So like that's how they get your average amount of seconds viewed. I don't know if you've seen like the analytics.
Yeah.
Um, so like you can look at analytically how your videos are doing, and if you have a certain average, they'll expose you to more people.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
it's definitely like more so on TikTok, strangely enough, about the views than it is the likes.
Yeah, I think that's why it's so much harder to have longer videos do well. You know,
Yeah.
I feel like the sweet spot's somewhere around like 15 seconds. That's probably like the
Yeah,
easiest
the
length
shorter
of
the better
time.
for sure. That's the other
Yeah,
thing too. Is like I've been catching myself cutting out a lot or like doing a little fast forward edit through certain parts of videos just to like shorten it, like give
yeah,
people more to see. Because I mean, I don't want to watch a 60-second clip that's like half of it's just empty, like there's nothing going on. So you know,
yeah.
just depends on the person.
So have you thought about branching out to YouTube at all?
I've started
You've
a little
started?
bit. I've posted a couple videos here and there. It's just I feel like for me, what I've seen is like it's kind of hard to get on YouTube and get popular on YouTube without like a previous platform.
Yeah,
Like if you just start posting on YouTube, like with your like catchy title and all that, you're not gonna get a whole lot of exposure
yeah,
unless you have like a previous platform, like I said, like Twitch or Instagram, because they've been around just as long. I won't mention TikTok because that's its own thing. Uh, but like if I have, like 1,000 followers on Twitch, like yeah, at least half of them are gonna maybe look at your page, and then you have your subscribers. But like if you
yeah,
post without any previous knowledge on other social medias, it's gonna be really hard to grow. So like I posted a little bit. I'm gonna post more probably if I get more followers on Twitch. But as of
yeah,
right now, very slowly trickling into that community.
yeah. It's tricky too because they obviously scan your videos, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so if you're putting if you're like I wonder if using like their stickers, like I wonder if maybe I should start putting making the videos where like I put my own like picture on, like using it from the internet, putting it in Adobe Premiere instead
Mhm.
of, I want to try it instead of using stickers that are like the YouTube logo and stuff from TikTok,
Yeah,
because I guarantee you, man, it's part of the algorithm where they don't want you to like encourage people to go to other platforms, you know, like because they scan the
sure.
videos. That's why people get their videos flagged all the time, because there's like a knife in it. When it scans it, it sees that there's a knife in the video and it'll like
Mhm.
put it under review,
Yeah,
stuff like that. So I guarantee you, because like I stopped putting like the actual words YouTube, Spotify, Apple, stuff like that, and that seemed
Mhm.
to help a little bit. But I wonder if going to that next level and not using their stickers and stuff either will help even more.
Yeah.
Um, but I mean, the biggest thing, man, was when the TikTok ban was going on.
Mhm.
Like I like my girlfriend came in and was like, "What are you gonna do if like TikTok gets banned?" And I was like, "Follow me on YouTube,
Yeah.
or go subscribe to my YouTube." And I got like 1,500 like subscribers on YouTube like within like a couple days.
Nice.
So, and I mean, obviously that was specific to that situation, but
Right.
I mean, it's
It
taking
worked in
advantage
your
of
favor
taking advantage of a situation like that is important too.
for sure.
Um, I wonder if maybe posting like little snippets from a YouTube video and then saying like full video and then and then the
Yeah,
logo.
that's a good
That might
idea.
be something I might try.
Yeah.
Um,
It's just tough, man, to go from
yeah.
platform to platform. Like I noticed like certain videos just aren't made for TikTok if it's made for YouTube. Like I had a whole video I had edited that had an intro with like my name and all that and like just a cool transition into the video and it didn't get any views. And I posted on YouTube, it got, a decent amount of views. And then as soon I went back to TikTok and cut out the beginning and just went straight to the action and I got way more views that time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's important. I mean, and then people will also notice, I feel like, right away if you're just trying to get them to go somewhere else. They'll be like, oh, yeah, like, just keep going.
Yeah.
Um, the other thing I've noticed too is like I made a video when I got like I got sent a portable monitor to review.
Mm-hmm.
And so I
Oh yeah,
made
I
a video. I
saw
was like, "Hey, we got like our first product like thing to review, right? Like it got and it got a bunch of likes and comments and views because people were like, dude, that's a huge milestone. Somebody sent you like something to review. Like you're moving up."
that. Right.
But like then I post the actual review, and it only got like 10,000 views or something compared to like
Yeah.
150,000. So I definitely think that reviews and stuff like that are tricky on TikTok because
Mm-hmm.
people aren't on there specifically for you to like sell them stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's definitely people who do that stuff well, but for you to like go from here's a gaming clip to like, hey, here's a like basically an advertisement for this, you know, energy drink or something. Like
Right.
it's tricky.
Yeah, well, I
Um
mean, it just that's where it doesn't. I don't get it because there's so much stupid shit on TikTok that gets so many likes. It like blows my mind, dude. I'll look at a video and be like, I have way better content than that on my page. But
yeah,
like
I get you.
people, I think the reason people like it because it's kind of out there.
Yeah.
Like people like weird for some reason.
I've also noticed that like if somebody's like let's say somebody does something and like I saw one where it was like the guy said something, but he took a sip of his drink, and when he took a sip of his drink, he kind of like moved it around in his mouth like he was chewing it. And so all the comments were like, nobody's gonna talk about how this guy just chewed his drink. Like that's what the comments were. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and then those comments make the video pop off more. You
Right.
know, like I had a video go viral because I basically copied this guy, and I had done videos like that before where it's like the struggles of a small streamer. You know,
Yeah.
and I did this one and I just didn't change enough about it. And then Clicks, you know who Clicks is?
Yeah. Yeah.
He watched it because he goes on TikTok a lot. He watched it on his on his stream, and so I got like a flood of like 1,000 people saying I copied. But then the video got like 1.5 million views, and like the
Right.
next
Well,
day,
who
I
gives
s-
a shit?
but the next day I started up my stream and I had 600 people when I started.
Awesome.
So that negative like attention also got a bunch of other people to see it.
Right. That's that's
So
that's, a, that's the other thing too,
it's
man. Is
weird,
like
man.
there's so many people copying everybody on
Yeah.
TikTok. Like that's how I think about it. Is like if I'm out of ideas, like just use someone else as a reference. Like who? No one
Yeah, I
cares.
think is well, I don't think see, here's the thing though. People were saying like give credit, but
Sure.
if I had given credit, would the video have done as well? I'm not saying I
Right.
did it on purpose. I
Yeah.
definitely didn't. I didn't know that that was a thing to give credit. That was the first time I had had a video get some like negative flack like that. Um,
Yeah, like that's the other thing too is like that's where also like it's okay to get a little competitive because what if your video does better than the original? Like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? It's just that competitive side of content creating, like the entertainment industry. Like if it may not be your idea, but like if your video does better, like it's
Yeah.
all just do it. Why not?
But I do honestly believe that it's you don't want your Twitch to be riding off of just videos going viral, if that makes sense. You want your
Yeah.
videos to like I feel like the reason why I've been able to maintain some of the numbers that I have now, like I've had ups and downs, you know. Like I was chilling at like somewhere around 150 like a little over a month ago, and now I'm chilling around like 80. But it's leveled out, but I think I've seen other streamers this happen too. They have some videos that are about their streaming go viral and they have this huge spike, but it comes down just as fast.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
I feel like it's almost bad for you to um I mean it's not bad, but I mean like it's sketchy to be relying on just videos taking off
Yeah.
because they can come down just as fast. Like vision wise, I was talking to him, he's like, "Yeah, dude, like I he had already been doing like the videos the way he did where it was like a story, you know, and it was like a series where like there's like three or four different parts to it. Well, he
Hmm.
started hyping up like um dream of being a streamer or something like that. And he like was like, "Yeah, I'm going to start streaming, like come hang out on Twitch, you know?" And like he started right off the bat with like 300 viewers and he made partner like super quick.
Nice.
But he said his issue now is like he's kind of chilling around like the same numbers that I am, but
Hmm.
you know, like how do you get those people to come back?
Right. Yeah.
And
For sure.
I feel like I've noticed that a lot of people they'll come back and be like, "Hey, dude, I haven't been here in a while. Like, how you doing? This and that." And they'll stick around for like the stream, but like to get people to come back every stream, that's super hard. You know,
Hmm.
that's just like
Yeah.
a whole nother level of support from somebody.
Right.
But
It's almost like you have to build a big enough following to where you have the same numbers throughout the day because people have different schedules.
yeah, I mean, not even that, man. It's just like because like I've had for me I've cared more recently about just having a good time. Like if I'm sitting there and I'm just caring about the numbers and stuff, then like it takes the fun out of it, man. Because then I'm just you know if the numbers go down a little bit, then I get stressed out about it.
Yeah.
But like one of the best streams I've ever had was during the Cold War beta. It was a late stream where I started at like 7 at night, and I was chilling around like 40 or 50 people, but everybody was like asking me questions about myself, and just it felt like a much more personal stream.
Sure.
um, like somebody came in and was like, "Whoa, bro, your stream fell off." Like somebody came in and said that, and
Yeah.
people were like, "Dude, what's your problem, man?" Like if you ask me, like 45 people, like all hanging out and actually talking and chat and stuff like that, like that's more
It's a,
important than
it's
having a
a big
bunch of
deal.
numbers, you know. But
Yeah.
yeah, so like
It
it's
definitely.
given me perspective, you know.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, like, my numbers have been going up, but like, it's always the same people, and they always. It's nice having the same people come back because they can kind of if I'm like in the middle of something during the stream, like they kind of have their own community in chat.
Yeah,
Like it's completely separate from what I'm doing, and they can keep each other entertained while watching me at the same time.
yeah,
I
yeah. I've
think
noticed it
that's
more and
kind of
more.
cool.
Like
People like have become friends or like even just acquaintances just chatting on stream.
yeah, which is awesome, man. You're building a community.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
really are.
that's exactly what it is.
Um, like I did. I mean, people come in and they'll tell me like, dude, like you have a super like positive community because like people will come in and try to troll and everybody be like, get out of here, dude. Like that's not
Yeah,
happening here. And like before I even notice, you know.
yeah,
So, and dude, I think it's really cool that like if you because the way I look at rating somebody is like you're basically I don't want to say giving somebody your blessing because that just seems weird to say it like that, but you're basically showing your community like, hey, I think this guy's like cool doing this, you know, like here's like check him out, you know, like he deserves like some recognition, like he's working hard too, you know. And
mhm,
so like to raid somebody and then see that like those people become a part of that person's community too, like me and you, dude,
mhm,
that's so awesome, dude.
yeah,
Like I don't know, man, it's I haven't experienced anything like that, you know,
Yeah,
or at
it's
least I haven't
definitely
noticed it.
different from for sure what both of us have done in the past as far as
Yeah.
careers go. Like there's just I try to raid people that I feel like deserve a little more. Like my raids are small, so I look for small streamers.
Yeah.
So there's this I don't know if you know streamer Grover. That's his name on Twitch, but like he's usually sitting at about like a viewer, two viewers per stream.
Hmm.
And we rated him. We had 9, 10 viewers, and like quadrupled his viewer count. And he was just super thankful, and like he was had only nice things to say to the chat, and like it's just nice to help other people get exposed. And I think that's kind of
Yeah.
where the community comes in. Is like have the community that like you can you know respect, and have the community that reflects you.
Yeah.
So that
And
way, when you do things like that, they're like, people are thankful for it.
yeah, people have told me before, they're like, you should rate this guy, you should rate that guy, and they'll be like these like way bigger streamers. And I'm like, nah, to me, like it's not, raids aren't supposed to be for that. That like I don't want to say it. I always like to clarify because I'm just like I don't want it to come off as mean, but this is legit how I think about it. Like I don't think you should be rating up. I think you should be rating down, you know?
Sure.
Because if somebody has a smaller community than you, then you have the opportunity to make a real impact. Whereas if I raid clicks, he's about,
Yeah.
oh, thanks, dude. Appreciate the rate of 50 people, you know, like, and he's got 15,000
Yeah.
people already.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
his,
nothing.
yeah, it's just, he's not going to care, you know? I
Yeah.
mean, he'll probably say something, but
Hmm.
it's not, he's not going to get up and jump around and, like, freak out, you know?
Yeah, for sure. It's nice to see the reactions. Like it kind of humbles you a little bit, because that's where we were in the beginning, right? So
Yeah, of
like
course, man.
it's
Yeah.
just a nice feeling.
Yeah. I mean, dude, I never got rated until, like, I started to like pop off on TikTok a little bit because nobody like knew about me, and so like I've been careful too because like I'll pay attention to like because people ask for raids,
Hmm.
and sometimes like they'll stick around and I'll get to know them and I'll end up following them or something, and I'm careful about rating them like too soon
Yeah.
because I think that rating somebody who asks for it is totally defeating the purpose. It's supposed to be a surprise, you know? If
Right.
they're expecting it, it doesn't have the same impact. And then
Exactly.
the other thing is that I feel like when you're starting out, like people look at raids as like this huge like I think people think of there's a difference between getting rated by like a couple hundred people and getting rated by like 10,000. You get rated by 10,000, if 1% of those people stick around, that can change your whole like community, you know?
Right. Right.
Um, and I think people think that a raid is gonna be like that, where like it's just gonna like help them out so much that they, you know, it's gonna take a burden off of them or something almost, you know? Like they look at it as like help me out type of thing, but it's
Mhm.
not like that, you know?
No, not at all.
Yeah, because I mean, if you pay attention, like most of the time when I raid people, like only like you know I might raid somebody with like 50 or 60 people, maybe 10 will stick around for a little bit.
Right.
You know,
Exactly.
a lot of them will be like, okay, cool, raid, bye. You know, I'm going to bed.
Yep.
So yeah, I definitely don't raid people that ask for it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure you get that sometimes too. It's like, hey, dude, can you raid me at the end of this stream? Like, are you do you raid people? I'm like, yeah, but you know, I also don't like to raid people that they suggest because I don't know them. You know,
Right.
because I've raided somebody, the dude dropped an N bomb.
Oof.
Yeah, and then like it was like, dude, that's on me.
Tough.
You know, if
Yeah.
somebody like you can't risk that.
Right.
Like, I mean, I didn't think that I had seen the guy on TikTok, so I thought he was the way he was on TikTok, but I guess like no, he like cusses a bunch
It's
and
totally
stuff, and
different. Yeah.
yeah. So I definitely like to check people out. I don't really collab with people unless I like do have them on the podcast or I get to know them a little bit, you know, outside of streaming,
Yeah.
whether it's just like talking on TikTok or something, you know. Because the other thing is like if you just I've done it in the past before. I hope this is okay, man. Like I've just kind of like this is stuff that I've like learned over the last
Yeah. Yeah.
couple of months. I've collabed with people I don't know, and it
Mhm.
it's awkward. It's like you
Yeah,
have to break the ice. It's like getting to
sure.
know somebody for the first time. So I think that like I feel like you could, after playing with me and Kadoosh a couple times, you can like go pop in Kadoosh's chat and be like, "Hey, what's up, Shadow?" Like you know what I mean? Like he kind of has an idea who
Yeah,
you are a little
for
bit,
sure.
so that's
It's
different,
like
you
you can
know?
just jump right in. Like
Yeah.
if like if we were to we could keep this podcast going like all day if we wanted to. Like just because we have previous experience like speaking and like we were friends
Yeah,
before.
yeah. Yeah, I
There's
wanted to
plenty
have you
to
on
talk.
because I knew it would be like a different vibe, you know?
Yeah, and I mean, it shouldn't be stressful anyway. But like, there's no pressure when you're speaking to someone you already know.
Yeah.
It's like you have that old friend that you've been friends with for a long time, and you can literally just pick up where you left off. Like, there's no like buffer.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I get what you mean. Like there's definitely those friends that you have where like even if you don't talk to each other for like 6 months, like it's like you didn't ever stop talking, you know?
yeah, exactly. For sure.
Yeah. Those are the real
It can be
friends.
the same way with like other streamers. So you
Yeah.
can hop
Yeah.
in after playing a couple rounds, be like, "Hey, what's up, man?" in chat, and like you could just have a conversation.
Yeah, and I think streamers understand like you're all on the same grind. You're all trying to like make content, do all this stuff. So
Mhm.
like um yeah, I think that's something to, if you're trying to like network and um collab and stuff. I specifically try to find people that are like close to my size because I don't want people to think that like either one of us is just trying to get clout or something,
Yeah,
you know? And I mean, I don't even know if people really care about that, you know? But to me, it's just something that I don't want it to seem like that, you know?
yeah,
Um, so like I'll do that, and then I mean, I get messages all the time. People are like, "Hey man, like just wondering if you wanted to collab sometime. I'm a streamer too, you know?" And it's like I would never like just reach out to somebody randomly like that, you know?
yeah. Well, it's almost self promotion, kind of.
Yeah, that's how it
And
feels,
like
right? It feels like self promo.
it's yeah, and like it sucks when someone only uses your page just to self promo. Like if I've never been in someone's chat, like I try to stay away from like the words like streamer or like like my page or like other like social media in general and just kind of chat and hang out. Cuz then you
Yeah,
like what you just said, like it just sounds like self promo. Like
yeah,
no one wants that in stream. Like it
yeah.
doesn't
When
work.
when somebody comes in and self promos, I try to explain. I'm like, hey man, like we don't do self promo here, and I'll say, I'll be like, and just so you know, man, like that you can ask anybody here, like that doesn't do anything for you coming into people's chats and saying that. Like it, if anything, it hurts you
Yeah.
because people think you're just trying to. You're basically like begging for people to
Yeah.
come check you out, you know?
It doesn't look good on the person self promoting either. It's like
Yeah.
you gotta
And then
like
and then
make
I mean,
yourself look professional.
and then as a streamer it puts you in a weird position because you got to be like, hey man, knock it off. Like don't come in here and be doing, spamming your stuff. Like,
Oh, see,
um,
I'm
you know what
kidding.
I mean?
I just don't care. I'm like, dude, you can leave right now.
well,
Just get out. Dude, I've had
I
people
mean,
come to the stream that are like, hey, what's up? I appreciate if you check them out. I'm like, can you just leave the stream right now?
I get messages too where people will be like, "Hey man, I really love the content, this and that," and you have to like on Twitter and Instagram, right? You have to like accept the message, right?
Right.
So
Right.
I'll accept it, and they're like, and I'm like, thanks, man. I appreciate the support, this and that. Like, glad you like the stuff. And they're like, yeah, man. Like, when are you streaming next? And I'm like, oh, I'm streaming this time. It seems like a genuine conversation,
Right.
And then they'll be like, so yeah, dude, I stream too. If you ever want to like, host me or raid me, and I'm like, oh, bro, like
Yeah.
it just ruins the vibes, man.
Yeah.
Like I like
It's a
it's
different kind of catfishing, dude. He got you.
yeah. That's why I'm very. I would love to answer all the DMs, man,
Yeah.
but
For sure.
it just I know that some of those people are just they're just trying to get an opportunity to ask that, you
Yeah.
know, and it sucks, you know.
Yeah. And I mean, like, it, you also, like, I mean, it's not okay, but you also, like, we have to a certain extent, understand, like, it's hard to build yourself and grow on these platforms.
Very hard.
So I get people who don't want to work as hard and just kind of do things like that. It's
Yeah.
like, please, I'm begging you, come check out my channel. Like, and then you check it out and like they have one viewer and you feel bad for them, but it's like you got to put the work in. It
Yeah, I
doesn't
mean
just
the way I look at it is like I started there for the first
yeah.
2.5 years. I had one viewer and it was my phone.
Mhm. Yeah, for
You
sure. And
know.
like I get it. Like I got lucky just having like friends like you and just like really I put my head down and did everything I could, and within like 2 months I was affiliated on Twitch.
Dude, I felt bad I think it was the first time I rated you, your mic was not working.
Oh
I
yeah,
felt so bad. I was like,
I
"No."
like I ended the stream and I was just my head was in my hands like shit, man. But
Yeah.
like people came back
Yeah, well,
because
because I was in the chat, I
trolling.
was like, "Guys, he's a really good streamer. Like, I think he's just having some technical difficulties. Like I promise
Yeah,
you, he's a good dude, you know." And someone like, "Okay, man. Like, I'll
and
I'll,
I
I'll
think
follow him and check him out."
it also helped because I did when you rated me. I think I got like 5 kills in Warzone just in that like maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That so I had an okay game and people came back. And
Yeah.
looking back on it, when you first rated me, I had my just like my PlayStation camera and
Yeah.
my TV, and now we're at a point where I have I have two mics, I have my webcam, I'm on Streamlabs, like it's just a completely different ball game. So
Yeah.
I had one guy come in, he's like, "Hey, um, some of your followers shouldn't be your followers because when Danny rated you, got a bunch." I'm like, "Let me tell you something, man.
Somebody said that?
Yeah, I'm not gonna disclose the name, but so what I told him essentially was it doesn't matter if someone raids you and the people who watched you during the raid come back, because I mean, for someone like you who's consistently growing on Twitch, like 2 3 followers like isn't gonna do a whole lot for you if you have a huge influx of people always coming to your stream anyway. So the people that came back to my stream, like they wanted different content. Like it doesn't have to be better, it just they want something different to see. And
Yeah.
if our personalities and how we play, what we play, matches what they want to see and like listen to, they're gonna come back to that person's stream. So it
Yeah, and I
has
mean, that's totally what I meant, man. By like,
yeah,
if I raid somebody, it's like telling my community, like, "Hey, like this guy is cool. Like, you guys should check this guy out too." Like, you wouldn't raid somebody that you've never checked out or watched or heard of before, unless you're just going around like randomly doing it, which some people
right,
do.
yeah,
But I mean, there's been people that I've legit stumbled upon people on TikTok. Same thing, not gonna say names, but like I've gone on there and I see that they have like 100,000 on Twitch, right? And I'm like, whoa, dude, that's crazy. That's a good amount of people, man.
right, yeah,
But then I finally catch them live and they average like like 6 or 7 people, and I'm like, there's something off there. Either they got follow botted,
yeah,
or they there's two possibilities. Either they got follow botted recently, or they did something to make people not come back.
right,
And
which
that
sucks
scares me
both
because who
ways.
knows? They might have gotten banned for something,
Yeah,
something bad, where it was
yeah,
like a
but
30-day
like
ban or something.
for
Who
sure,
knows?
like the viewers that are like in your stream every day, like those are your viewers. Like you did something right, or like you did something that they liked, that they keep coming back. Like even if
Yeah.
if you got raided by people and the people that were watching during that raid are only coming to you now, like those are your viewers. They liked something different that you were doing and are now your viewers. Like it's not like you stole them, right? Like
Yeah.
it's like that's not the point.
No,
The
I
point
don't.
is
I don't think stealing viewers should even be a thing. Like
no,
that shouldn't even be something that somebody should say. Um, because I've had people say that before. They'd be like, "Hey, you rated this guy," and like I see so and so, like he's always in that guy's stream now. He never comes back to yours, and I'm like, dude, that's great,
sure,
man. Like
yeah,
I'm glad they found somebody else that they connected with more, that they felt like they should watch them more. That is the
definitely,
whole point of. To me, that's the point of raids, man. Like
yeah,
you're connecting the community. It's. I mean, I use it as a form of networking too. Obviously, like that's part of the point too. It's like you're making friends.
yeah, for sure.
Like if somebody
Well, just
rated me, I go check them out.
yeah. Well, then eventually, like when you get big enough, like the people that you've made a community with, you can just hold a huge event. Like you have those events where like the Among Us games with like all the big name streamers get together, and then like it's just fun for everybody because you have all these names that you've seen and heard of all together in one place.
Yeah, dude, I love
Like
it
that's
when it's like you do like when me and you were playing Phasmo with Caduce. I don't think Caduce was streaming, and then I don't think the other guy was streaming either. But like people were going back and forth between our streams,
oh yeah, it was a good
and
time.
like, dude, I was just in Shhadowz stream, like so and so said this, and I'm like, oh really? You know, like we're just like, it's funny, dude. Like it's funny, man. I like it. I like
Good
that.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, it's because it really is, man. You're
Mm.
connecting each other's communities. You
Yeah.
make friends with somebody, and then like your community, those people make friends with that person's community, and then you mix together, and just it helps everybody, man. You know.
Yeah.
So we can move on to something else. I feel like we talked about that for a very long time.
We talked about the whole content thing for a while,
Yeah,
but I mean,
I mean
it's a
that's
lot
it's
goes
creators
into it.
unite. You
Yeah,
know.
there's a lot of little things that go into a big project like creating content. So I mean, understandable that we would talk about it for a long time, and that's
Yeah.
okay. I'm sure there's
Um.
people out there that want to hear it anyway.
Yeah. The way I look at this podcast is like it's a way for me to get to know people better. It's a way
Mm.
to of course network. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, like, you know, you want to get to know people to see if like that's somebody that you would want to, I mean, really, it's like working with that person, you know, collabing. That's
Mm.
You're working together. um but the other thing that I think is important, besides like my audience getting to know the guest also, you know, is we get to talk about the things that they don't get to normally hear from us, because they see the finished product, they see us
Right.
streaming, they see our videos. But this is raw. This is just me and you talking
Yeah.
about how tough it really is, man. Because if
Yeah.
anybody, I get comments all the time where people are like, "What's the big deal, man? You're just playing video games. How is it's not that hard." He's like, I posted a TikTok where my girlfriend came in and she was like, what happened? Why'd you end the stream? And I'm like, cause I'm sick. Like I just I can't. I
Can't
tried
do
to
it.
stick it out, but like I'm sneezing and coughing, and I just feel bad, you know.
Yeah.
And that got a decent amount of views, because I think people. It was one of the first times I had to like end the stream early, you know.
Yeah.
And so like my viewers saw that and were like, damn, man, like
It's not
I've
easy.
no. And there was a lot of comments where people were like, come on, you're playing video games. You can't play video games because you have the sniffles. And people from my community were like, no, dude, you haven't been to one of his streams. Like he's talking constantly, this and that, you know. Because I had a sore throat too,
Well,
you
you're
know.
an entertainer. That's
Yeah,
like you have to put yourself together a little bit, and like you have to entertain people the entire stream, regardless of how you're doing it.
yeah,
Like you'll have days and like you'll like walk up to your whole setup, you're like, God damn it! And as soon as
yeah.
you press it,
I
you're like,
gotta,
Hey
yeah,
guys, what's
yeah.
going on?
I mean, I think I saw, I think it was Pokimane. I saw an interview with her, and somebody was like, so like, do you ever feel like you have to like force yourself to be entertaining? And she's like, oh, absolutely. Like there's days where like there might be something behind the scenes, like, you know, her merch, something goes wrong with her merch, and it totally ruins her plans for something, you know, because the big reason why she's really good at doing merch and all that stuff like that, you know. And so like she was like, yeah, there's definitely times where you're like you want to just like throw your computer, you know, like you're just like, dude, like you're so pissed off, and then you click that button and just like, how's everybody doing, like is everybody having a great day, you know, like you're like. And I mean, luckily I don't feel like I've ever had a time where I had to really like, I don't want to say fake it, but you know, I feel like if I ever felt like that, I would totally start the stream and be like, guys, I'm gonna be honest, I'm having a bad day, but I still want to do this, you know. And so far, anytime, like I had kind of like, I think, an anxiety attack or a panic attack one time early on when I was trying to figure everything out and was feeling overwhelmed, and like I stepped away to get chips or something, and I came back and I was like, guys, like I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I don't know if I'm having an anxiety attack or something, but for like the last half hour, like my heart rate has
Mhm.
just been through the roof and I can't get it to stop. And like they're
Yeah.
like, and I did, dude. I broke down. I started tearing up, man. I was like,
Yeah,
you
I think I
know,
sent you a text that night. I was like, dude, are you
yeah.
good?
I just, yeah. I it
It
was
happened, Yeah,
There's a lot of stuff going
a lot
on,
of pressure
just
for
life,
sure. Yeah.
and only that, like I had a huge spike in people, so then it was like I'm trying so hard to make sure that those people see me for me, and like if I'm having a bad day, like I feel like it doesn't really, if I have one of the biggest streams and like people see me having one of my worst days,
Yeah.
like that to me just in my head was just stressing me out more. I just everything piled up, and but like once I came clean and was like, guys, like I'm having a hard time right now. Like everybody was just like, dude, if you need to take a break, take a break. And I seeing how supportive they were, I was like, all right, like I'm good now. I just needed to get it off my chest.
Mhm.
So I think being genuine and transparent about stuff is that those are the type of things that make an impact.
Yeah.
Um, you know, besides
That's
just,
it.
being entertaining, playing
Mhm.
games and stuff that people want to see. Like I think it's important. And I mean, I definitely see it. There's people who you can tell that like they're not having a good time, but like they're just trying really hard, and like it affects the whole vibe of the stream.
Sure.
So
That's where your community comes in. It's like you keep each other like entertained just
yeah,
with talking in chat.
yeah. I mean, I've there was the one time where my internet went down, and so I switched it to just chatting, and I said I changed the title to like on the phone with Spectrum to complain about internet, and there was like people were coming to like, what's going on, man? Internet bad? Like, so I was like, fuck Spectrum. I'm like, whoa, I didn't mean that. And it's funny because like as I went back and watched it too, like to see how like because it was fluctuating and I wanted to see how that really affected the stream quality. And it would just go like super blurry and then like back to normal, super blurry back to normal. But like I'm just sitting there on the phone, like
On stream.
yeah, dude, it
In
was
front of
so
all
funny. Like
awesome.
somebody was like, they were like, yeah, dude, like that's a good quality to have is like when something goes like doesn't go as planned, like you can turn it into something, instead of just letting it get you
Sure.
down.
Like I was having a there was a I had a stream where I wasn't doing like I was so hungry. Like I couldn't focus. Like all my games were
Dude,
shit.
every
I could
time I
feel
stream
I
with you, you're
felt like
talking about
rumbling.
food.
So like I looked at the camera, dude. I was so into the camera. I raised one eyebrow. Did I, I make the face. Chat the chat knows what face I make, and like I looked at the camera. I was like, I'm ordering food right now. I am starving. And I was like, Chick-fil-A, it's happening. And then
Like
chat goes, Can you
DoorDash.
do it? Can you do it just chatting and we can just watch you eat Chick-fil-A? I'm like, what?
Yeah, dude, people are
And
into
like
that. I've thought about doing
it's
that.
weird. Like, I'm
um
just gonna eat
people
Chick-fil-A on stream.
people told me I should do an ASMR stream, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to go that far with it, dude. For like if I did, it would be like a 15 or 20 minute thing. I could not sit there for a full hour and just be like, hey guys, we're chilling here. Like we're just for
And
like the whole time. That's just not
and
me.
this sound is the sound of a chicken nugget getting dipped into Chick-fil-A
Yeah.
sauce.
You're like
Because-
you're like I spilled it on my
oh
shirt.
dude. Oh man. I don't like that.
Oh
This
man.
nugget being squashed into the sauce.
Yeah.
Nope.
Dude, I've legit gone into some of those ASMR streams and they're like doing like a mukbang ASMR thing, and it like makes me almost nauseous because they're like,
Yeah. Ew, that's people
oh, it's so
chewing sound.
good.
Mm.
I'm like, oh
Nope.
god, man. Yeah. Now, just chatting is interesting, man, because like I noticed that there's a lot of people who they'll switch to just chatting, and people are like, all right, I'm out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you definitely can't retain as many people because that's to do a just chatting stream. Those the people that stick around for that are the people that really just want to talk and chill, get to
Yeah.
know each other. Um, so I don't plan on doing just chatting streams like just for the hell of it until I make partners someday, just because it's I don't know what it would do to the numbers, and I'm trying not to focus on the numbers too much, but
You have to a little bit though.
at least for now, until
Yeah,
like
like if you
at
get
first,
bigger,
yeah,
like who cares? But, like like if you make partner, like you can just you can pretty much do whatever you want. But like
yeah,
you gotta have some goals when it comes to streaming.
yeah. I just hate that it feels like such a big wall to get over, But I mean, that's why when I see people that are partner, I'm like, I don't care what you say. It doesn't matter if you like them or not. They work their ass off to get that somehow, you know. And I mean, there you'll find those people. It's very, very rare, but I have seen it where like I'll be like, dude, like how long you been streaming? And they're like, oh, I've only been streaming for a couple months, and I'm like they're a partner already, and I'm like, whoa. And somebody's like I'll find out later that like they got rated by some big streamer, and it was enough to get them to
Yeah,
average that for like a week or for a
yeah.
month or whatever, you know, and they got it right away because they had enough viewers.
Sometimes people get lucky, dude.
See, but that's the thing is like I feel like too many people start streaming and they're just like waiting for something like that to happen, and it's like winning the lottery. It's statistically never gonna happen,
For sure.
you know.
But
Um,
like, what do you think of the like those like artists and musicians like T-Pain streaming? Like
um,
Soul Boy. I hate it. I hate it.
I don't hate it. I just it's weird because it's like I mean, if somebody's famous already and they want to branch out and do stuff, you know, more power to them, man. Like, to me, it's if I was famous and I hadn't been doing TikTok, I would be jumping on TikTok right now.
Yeah.
If you see a lot, Tom Holland just made a TikTok, got like 500,000 followers in like the first hour he was on there.
Yeah. And like
Like, you know,
so TikTok, whatever, it's fine. But like Twitch is the reason I hate it is because like you've all like especially T-Pain, he's like what 50?
I don't know.
Like
I
you've
never really
made it.
listened to him.
You've made it big, man. You have the nice house. You can afford the nice streaming setup, and like the people that are watching you aren't watching you anymore. They want to be like, "Oh, T Pain streaming. This is interesting. Like,
Well,
let's go see what's going on with this guy."
the thing that I find interesting though is I have seen it before where um somebody who's like decently famous will like start streaming, and you can tell that people are like, oh, this is not what I like, this person's not really like how I thought they would be, because they're like an actor or something. There's a couple actors that I see on Twitch where they started out and it was like, you know, and it would be like if Dr. Disrespect came back, there would be a huge explosion like when Ninja came
Yeah.
back. You know, he started out his first stream, he had like 130,000 people watching or something, you
Yeah.
know. But you know, he went back to averaging like, you know, 50,000 or whatever after that. Like obviously you have that big influx at first. Hold up,
Yeah.
girlfriend's calling me.
Oh man. Should probably check TikTok. Check it out, dude.
Oh shit! I just looked at my phone. Matthew McConaughey was on Joe Rogan today, or the episode.
Nice. I've never once seen one episode of the Joe Rogan podcast.
Um, it's the guest that he's having on is a big factor whether I watch or not. There's been stints where like he doesn't have anybody that I care about too much,
Yeah.
and I won't watch him for a while. But there's a podcast that I actually probably inspired me more than Joe Rogan was PKA, stands for Painkiller Already. Um, there's one guy, Woody's Gamertag. He was a big gamer at Machinima. He's kind of like the head of the podcast. And then there's Kyle, which he is the guy who he's FPS Russia. If you ever heard of him, so FPS Russia is this guy who got famous on YouTube for like having and it turned out to be fake the whole time. It was a fake Russian accent, and he would just like go around with guns and like shoot stuff, you know. And
What?
there's some videos. Like if you ask me, I think he's even said it before too that like if he had tried to do something like that today, it probably wouldn't have, you know, YouTube would probably not favor that kind of content anymore because they've
Right.
kind of suppressed the gun stuff.
Mm.
Um, but he's got videos where like he'll shoot a car and the
Yeah.
car door like almost hits him and stuff when it explodes because it's like full of, yeah, like just crazy stuff like that. And he doesn't do it anymore. But the podcast kind of blew up a little bit because he ended up going to prison for like 56 days or something like that over some kind of like half an ounce of marijuana thing in Georgia or something.
Nice.
Um, and so like I found the podcast when that happened, but it's
Mhm.
this kind of style where it's like just like a video chat, but they do
Just
like
talk.
3 or 4 people, which for me is too much. I tried doing 3 people before and it gets a little, you start talking over each other,
Yeah.
or there's one person
Seems
who's
like it
kind of
would be
like,
hectic.
yeah, like if 2 people start talking about like one thing and the other person isn't really into it, it's kind of like they're just awkwardly sitting there listening, like
Yeah,
I like the one-on-one more. But
it's a good setup. One-on-one's good.
yeah, I mean, because I had a co-host at first. Like
Co-host.
yeah, there was me and like another streamer, Ankle Banger.
Oh, nice. Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, he have you he started streaming and making TikToks again a little bit. He sees the stuff as like a hobby. So like now that everything's going back to normal, he's not spending as much time doing it. But he decided not to do the podcast anymore because of his anxiety.
Interesting.
He was going back to work and school. Was like, yeah, man, like I totally want to be on it still, every once in a while. But he thought it was just best for his mental health that he doesn't do it anymore. And I was like, yeah, dude, I totally get it, man. Like he just he didn't have the same goals as me, so it totally makes sense. Like no need to force anything. But I love that guy though, man. He's hilarious.
Mhm.
He's a character. Um,
I've only popped in his streams a couple of times.
yeah, yeah. No, he's a wild dude, man. He'll go off on tangents about like the most random stuff.
Oh, damn.
Um, but yeah, dude. Like, I mean, now, like, do you have any? What are your hobbies at the moment, man? I know everybody's. I don't know how the sheltering in place is
Hobbies,
going on where you're at, but
honestly, only thing, right, dude? I've just been going to the gym. That's it. Go to
yeah,
the gym, come home, I'll edit as many videos as I can, start the stream, and that's kind of it. That's just been my day.
yeah. Gym's finally opened again here, so
Just
no,
now,
like a week
just
ago, yeah.
that COVID's starting to get back up again. Like that was the other thing too, is like not going back to work. It's like as far as the restaurant industry is concerned, like since the cases are going back up, I don't think it's gonna do well.
Yeah, I am scared that it's gonna. I do think there's a possibility things could shut down again.
It's definitely, I feel like at this point, more than a possibility. I think
You
it's
think?
just a matter of time.
I think I mean, you're seeing it more and more. There's schools that like start having like full time on campus again, and they close because like they
Yeah,
have an outbreak. So
yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
it's
like,
rough.
I mean, so yeah, I've just just been hitting the gym, trying to stay healthy,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that's it. As hobbies, that's kind of my expensive hobby was working on the cars that I have, but it's pricey, man.
yeah, yeah.
Especially
It
right
is.
now, it's having a car as a hobby is kind of tough. But
Oh, I need some
just
more
just
caffeine.
oh, dude, I've been drinking this. I started drinking this Death Wish coffee company. I don't know if
Ooh,
you heard of it.
man,
It hurts, dude. it
it hurts.
hurts. It hurts. I'll drink it, get a nice little caffeine buzz, and then it's off to the toilet, dude.
Oh, damn.
They weren't joking when they said Death Wish, dude.
Yeah, you got a death wish,
Halfway through the stream, like, oh shit, here it comes.
dude. Yeah, like on stream, you'll just be like, I gotta go.
Hold on, I'll be right back. Pause
It's
it.
gonna. Hey guys, it's gonna be a minute. I'm gonna pull up somebody else's stream.
So, who do you guys want to raid, huh? It's like, oh, Shadow,
Yeah.
you've only been streaming for an hour. Who are we raiding today?
You come back. You're like, are you still here? It's been a while.
Had to buy, had to buy metal grips the sides of the toilet just for the fucking coffee.
All right, and we're gonna be doing an in real life stream tomorrow
Yeah.
of how to install a new toilet.
Oh man, you do
Oh.
not want ASMR for that one. Trust me.
Oh,
But yeah, man,
dude,
it's good coffee, dude. It hits hard for sure.
dude. Did you see somebody commented? They're like, I just found out G Fuel has lead in it. Like it's bad for
Oh,
you,
I
you know?
saw that vine.
Yeah,
I
and
saw that
like
TikTok. Dude.
TikTok screwed me over, man. But it's funny because the correction duet that I did it didn't get as many views because like the thing that made that one get views was that the one caption like didn't go away when it was supposed to.
Oh
Like
shit.
I literally like because it was me like pointing up and it was just things that also have lead in them
Mhm.
that we eat all the time,
Yeah.
and I watched the video because I always do that. I watch the video like once or twice. I'll show the girlfriend, you know, so that it's a fresh set of eyes on it
Right.
to catch any mistakes. And sometimes I'll still miss one, but it did not show it doing that when before I posted it. I don't know what happened, but I posted it and one of the captions that was supposed to like go away at a certain time stayed for the rest of the video. And
Oh
so
my
it just
god.
covered all the other ones. And so it was like baby food, and then it was like uh vegetables, and then like this, and then it got to fruit juice, and it just covered the rest.
Oh
And so like
no.
all the comments were like, "Damn, you fruit juice!" Like everybody was like, "Damn, fruit juice got lead in it, bro." and then I
Oh,
d-
that
and then I
sucks.
I duetted it and fixed it, and I was just like shaking my head, and I was like, because fruit juice fruit juice did me dirty, you know. And some of the comments were like, "Did you really just duet yourself?" And I was like, "Hell yeah, I did."
Yeah, why
Like,
not?
what kind of comment is that? Is that rhetorical? Like,
Yeah, dude.
yeah,
Oh, that's so, I
some of the
think
comments,
with
man.
things like that, people are so sensitive. Like MSG, the whole
Yeah,
MSG thing. Like there's MSG in mushrooms. Like there's natural MSG in
yeah,
mushrooms. Like
dude.
people are like, oh,
Do
it's
you
just crazy.
I'll just refer to him how we called him. Do you remember Rippy?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude. When I was in, I don't know if he was still kind of like that in high school, but when I was in middle school, he was like, "Yeah, my mom told me you're not supposed to chew sugar-free gum because it's got aspartame in it." And like it would just every week it was a new thing, man. He'd be like, "Yeah, man." He's like, I stopped eating. He's like, I love Panda Express, man, but I'm gonna quit it because of MSG. And I was like, just it was a
Oh
new thing every week, and like he would get like me and like some of the other friends like kind of like we're like, wait a minute, man, I never thought about that. We get all paranoid for like a week
no,
and then
yeah,
like totally just go back to eating Panda every
yeah.
day.
You know why,
Like,
dude? Because it's delicious.
dude,
You know,
I think
people MSG is natural.
yeah.
It comes natural out of foods.
I was gonna say I think when I was in high school, that's probably where most of my money went from working was just junk
Panda.
like fast food after school with friends.
Oh
That's
man,
like
dude, I
all
used
we
to.
did.
Yeah, we used to, well, because it's a small town. What else is there to
Yeah.
do? You eat, you stay up late, you get into some trouble. Remember this one time we went out. Uh, it was right like a year before we went off to college. It was me and a couple buddies. Well, one of them I actually play with online sometimes. Average Gamer. I don't know if you've seen him or played with him at all, but we play together sometimes. And we went out into one of the fields, and we were climbing these hay bales in
What
the
the
field. And I don't know if we tripped one of the alarms or a wire, but we saw like three different like trucks coming directly towards the hay bale. So we climbed it and hid on top of the hay bales until they went away. Like
How
we're
long
just
did you
like
have to
we
hide?
were there for like an hour,
Dude.
just on the hay bale. It was like 4 in the morning.
Were they like, "We know you're out here." Like they're like talking and shit.
Oh!
Oh,
It
dude.
was like those NPCs in video games. Like
Yeah.
I know you're up there.
Yeah.
It was crazy,
Dude,
dude.
that's funny, man.
Small town vibes. Getting into trouble and eating junk food. Good times, man.
Yeah. Dude, I remember yeah, man. Like me and there was I don't know which year it was, but me and Rippy we hung out like every day, man. And like literally our routine was like go to school. Um, we had like one class together, and then after school we would like go to his place or go over to my place, play video games, and then like
Hmm.
just go get junk food, bro. Like
Yeah, dude.
I
I
don't.
had I spent a good amount of my money on those late night or like after midnight Jack in the Box munchie meals.
Oh man,
Ooh man, those were something else.
yeah, dude. I remember, and then I went through a stint where I started riding a bike again. Like I rode a bike in middle school after my buddy Henry. He was skate. We used to skateboard, like me and a group of friends. Like you remember Alex Magat? I don't want to say his name. I don't know. I don't. It's just weird
Yeah,
saying.
yeah.
You know what I'm
I
talking
know who you're
about.
talking
Like
about.
yeah,
Yeah.
him and his brother and like them and um like we would skateboard like all over the place, just in that little area. And then one day, our buddy Henry, he was drinking a cup of water on his skateboard. The water slipped out of his hand. He tried to catch it, broke both of his arms.
Oh,
Just slipped
wow.
on his skateboard, boom, both arms broken.
Yeah.
And
Dang.
so like a bunch of us like we just stopped skateboarding because our parents were like, "I heard so and so broke both of his arms. You ain't skateboarding no more." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh." But
They
like my
find
mom,
out.
my mom was just like she didn't say anything about it. I don't even know if she found out. I don't know if I told her or not that happened.
Don't
But
find out.
since everybody else, well, I mean, since everybody else stopped skateboarding, I just kind of stopped doing it. You know. And so a lot of us moved on to riding bikes, and we used to go to this little canal, like behind my house, and dude, we would eat shit all the time, man, and then
Yeah.
just limp over to Jack in the Box, get some tacos.
All scarred up and bleeding.
Yeah,
That's awesome. Them
dude, I
two
remember
things.
my cousin would come over sometimes. One time we went to because there was that Dairy Queen right down the street, the one that's like over by the school we went to. Um, and we were riding our bikes one time. We got some slushies from Dairy Queen, and we're like riding back, and I was like, "Oh, I saw somebody that I knew," and I was like, "Oh, dude, it's so and so," and I popped a Yui, and he was like, "Wait, what?" And he hit the curb, and the handlebar hit him in the throat, and and this slushy went all over the place, and there was this like landscaper dude. He was weed whacking, and he stops and he looks and just shakes his head and just goes back to weed whacking. I was like, "Bro, my man's over
Oh,
here like basically just crushed his windpipe, and you're just like not even caring."
put slushy all over the place.
Dude, and it was funny because that slushy stain was there for like a year. So like every time
No
we went
way.
past it, I'm like, "You remember that time so and so got hit in the throat with the handlebar?"
Constant reminder.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
yeah, man.
Good times, dude.
That's weird
The
remembering
good old
stuff like
days.
that. No,
You have to worry about anything.
dude. I mean, is there ever any time where like you're with your wife and you're just like, we're adults? I'm like,
Dude, every day.
it's so weird, man.
Every day, dude. I used to
Like
go
the
into work, into the restaurant, and be like, I have to do this. Like, this is a job.
yeah,
Like, me driving to work, and be like, I have to do this because I need to make money and then I have to pay bills. I'm like, well, shit.
yeah,
This kind of sucks, but I mean, like, it's part of life.
yeah,
It
man.
happens to everybody.
Another one is like all like I went and got my it's funny because I'm gonna have to get a New Mexico one now. I had to go get my California driver's license, because I finally opened up the DMV, and it's like, to become like a citizen of California, then a resident of California, you have to go get that, right? Obviously. Um, and so like I'm getting, and one of the questions is like, how old were you when you got your like, other or your out of state driver's license? And I was like, damn, man, I've been driving for 8 years, almost 9.
Yeah. Yep.
I've
Hell,
driven
man,
across
me too.
country twice from coast to coast. Like, it's crazy, man.
Gotta start getting ready for that high school reunion.
I ain't
Whenever
going to
that's
that.
gonna. No, me, dude.
I ain't going to that.
There's nothing for me there.
No, I mean, I was
wasn't
picked on a
pop.
lot in high school.
I wasn't that popular. People thought I was irritating. I mean, I still am. They're not wrong. But like, people thought I was so annoying. I had a like very small group of friends, but like I was okay with that. I feel like high school reunions are for like really popular people and like just people who did really well in high
Yeah.
school.
I mean, I'll definitely like if there's because I'm sure they'll have like a Facebook page or something. I'll definitely go
Oh
look and
yeah,
see who, like
who
who got
showed up?
who showed up, who's all like fat now or
Ooh,
you know,
that's
uh,
see who peaked in high
stuff like
school.
that. That's such a weird thing to say, but it's real, man.
It's real.
Like, I mean, I don't. Um, I almost want to like text it to you. I don't know if there was somebody that we were on the swim team with, um, who had like a nervous breakdown, and I went to go try and like find him because he was outside the comedy store.
Mm.
Um, Josh, I don't know how many Joshes you know, but there was a
Oh yeah.
Josh who was on the swim
No,
team
you can
and he
stop right
quit.
there.
Okay,
You can
you know
stop
who I'm
right
talking
there.
about.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, man, like it's weird to like see how people have turned out and
Sometimes it doesn't work out, dude.
yeah. Oh yeah, no, you were a part of that whole situation. I just
I was,
realized.
dude. I had a huge thing. Partially the reason why I deleted all of my social media, my personal social media.
Yeah, I need
Other
to do
like
that.
that, and the fact that like the politics thing was getting irritating. I didn't
That's
want
why
to
I
deal with all the negativity. So
can't
like,
stand it, man.
yeah, so that whole thing with that guy, like I had people messaging me like both positive and negative, and like just my personality, I was like, I don't care. Like I'm gonna say what I want to say, and that's it.
So I, because everybody that I talked to was like, dude, like props to you because like I wouldn't have even tried. Like I don't even know if he realizes how much I went out of my way, you know. But I just happened to be at a car dealership that was like 15, 20 minutes away, getting my girlfriend's car, and so like I was like, as soon as we're done here, I'm gonna go see if he's still out there because like he shaved half his head,
Hmm.
shaved half his face, and he's just like on this live like. And so I was like a detective, man. I went down there. I'm like, have you seen this dude? He had like half his head shaved. This, oh yeah, I know that dude. He was over there. He's like doing pacing around the building and stuff like that.
Oh my
And
god.
like, dude, like I just finally gave up because I was like, I guess
Yeah.
he's fine now. Like his episode was over. But like he had this bag of food, right? And he was like, it's for Joe Rogan, right? Joe Rogan ain't
What?
gonna. Yeah, he had this bag of food, and he was like, Joe Rogan, your food's here. I got you a sandwich, and because he was just having a bipolar episode or whatever it was,
Yeah.
But I'd looked in the bag because it was just sitting there. There's the sandwich and stuff, but there was a weed pen in there. Like
Whoa.
So I was like, he totally did it to himself, man.
Nice.
And
Yeah.
then he said after that it was an experiment or something, and I was like, bro, you don't experiment with stuff like that. Let somebody know.
Dude, my whole thing with that guy is like it started in high school because he dated my sister.
Yeah, yeah, I know that. Yeah,
It was crazy. So like I was already on edge, and as soon as I started seeing that
I
shit,
didn't
I
even
was like,
think about that.
"Oh my god!"
Well, I was talking to people that I hadn't talked to since high school because of that. It was just.
And then I got a Facebook message from your sister, and she's like, "What the hell's going on?"
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she sent me that. She's
Oh.
like, "What's happening right now?" I'm like, "Dude,
Yeah.
honestly, I have no idea."
I mean,
Uh,
I told my mom and I told my girlfriend, I was like, I just feel like I know I don't have to, but I want to go check on him if I can because I'm the only one close enough to do it. Like there was people who were saying like, yeah, like I thought about going over there, but it's a 2.5 hour drive. You might not even be there by the time I get there.
yeah,
And I mean, I who knows what would have happened if he was still there and I had like talked to him and be like, hey man, like what's going on? Like, but yeah,
yeah,
no,
yeah. I have very, very little patience for people like that.
yeah.
So
Well,
I just kind of stopped. Like
I
it
didn't
got
know
to
the
a
whole
point.
situation. And
Yeah,
then so like when I saw the aftermath, I was like,
yeah. It came out of nowhere. But we'll
yeah.
talk about something else because I'm pretty sure people listening have no idea what's going on.
Oh yeah, yeah, probably. There's high school drama.
High school drama that has resurfaced into our adult lives. It's
Yeah.
always fun.
Oh, dude, I mean, like people always come in and they'll be like, dude, like school sucks. I'm getting bullied, stuff like that. I'm like, dude, I was bullied too. Trust me, you'll get past it.
Yeah.
It'll just be a memory. Like
I'm the same.
just
I'm the same. I say the same thing to fat kids. I was a fat boy in high school, dude.
oh
They're
yeah,
like it gets better every time I see a chubby kid looks like middle school, high school. I'm like, dude, it gets better, man. Trust me, you're
yeah,
gonna be all right.
dude. I was a little chunky
Dude,
freshman year of high school.
I, I it looked like somebody ate me when I see pictures of myself, dude. I'm like, who is that panda bear? I was a big boy, dude. I don't know, like five. I was like 5'6", and I was weighing upwards of like 190 pounds.
I mean, I
I
was
was
five
big,
three,
dude.
like 100 and almost 160.
Damn.
I was
We were big
chunky.
boys. I'm surprised we didn't
Yeah,
hang out more.
big boys.
Fat boy squad.
Uh, yeah, man. I mean,
Dude.
dude, I guess I was gonna bring it up earlier, but we kind of like went past it. Uh, you want to talk about conspiracy theories a little bit?
I'm down for that. Let's do it. I don't know.
I didn't know how you're gonna,
Let's
dude. I
talk
have
conspiracy.
I have some people on and they're just like, I don't really get into them too much. I'm like, all right, then I'll just ask like one question.
It depends on who I'm talking to.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Because
if
I
I
mean,
know that that person's like gonna go off on a rant, I'm like, no,
oh,
I don't like that.
yeah, no, I don't like. Cause yeah, I totally get it. The jujitsu school that I was going to before everything shut down is Eddie Bravo's line of schools. So there's a lot of people in there that listen to like Joe Rogan and stuff like that, and they're super into conspiracies, so they can just go off on like 9/11 or something for like 2 hours, you know.
Yeah,
Um, but I mean, like the one that I've been asking everybody is like, what's your thoughts on aliens?
and aliens,
So, yeah, man.
dude. I mean, personally, I just feel like there's a lot of space, no pun intended, that we haven't discovered yet.
Yeah,
Like, there's a lot of unknown things out there. Like, we're very slowly discovering all these different things that are out there, and like even scientists are still learning new things, and like they've been doing it forever. Like even on our own earth there's like these new things being uncovered. So I want to say that yeah, they're probably out there, you know. Like
have you seen any of this stuff in the news lately about them?
no.
Like there was the Nimitz videos that got released, so the Navy declassified them, and then the Pentagon finally did like not too long ago.
Hmm.
But it was basically they called them like the Tic Tac videos, where they look like
Hmm.
Tic Tacs flying through the air, but like they'll like
Sure.
stop and change speed like without any like thrust, like they just
Interesting.
go. Um, and then there was some like I don't know. This is me talking out of my ass, but I just because I heard it on like Joe Rogan or something. But there's some guy who was a part of like some Pentagon program that came out and said that we have off-world spacecraft that like and that there's going to be more information coming out about it. So I'm just kind of
Ooh.
waiting.
Yeah.
Because do you know who Bob Lazar is?
No, I
So
don't.
he was on Joe Rogan's podcast, and he's a guy who basically came out to the news back in like the 80s, I believe, and said that he worked at Area 51 and that
Hmm.
we have spacecraft that's not from here and that he
Yeah.
worked on them like they were trying to reverse engineer them or something, you know. And I mean I watched him on Joe Rogan's podcast, and I've talked about it on this podcast, but watching that it was so crazy, man, because it was like he's either like the world's greatest liar
Hmm.
or we got some freaking spacecraft here, man, because
Yeah.
like the way he would talk about it was not like he was trying to like navigate through a narrative that he created, you know. It was more like he was recalling things from legit experience, you know. Like and there was
Yeah.
some kind of handprint scanner that he said they used to like, you know, get into like rooms that were under certain security measures, and
Mhm.
they found one.
Whoa.
Yeah. And I mean that would have been like crazy technology back in the 80s, you know.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So,
Yeah, aliens
yeah.
is definitely
Who
it's
knows, man?
they could be out there, dude. We never know.
What about
Maybe
Bigfoot, bro?
maybe we're the aliens.
Hey, I mean, there's
Bigfoot?
that theory too. Yeah, what about
Yeah.
Bigfoot, bro?
Oh, I don't know. So there's a lot of like I don't know, very oddly edited or at least seems edited pictures and videos, but
Yeah, I
you know, like I don't know, man. There's a lot of different kinds of animals out there, and like
yeah.
species, and he could be real.
I mean, I'm not one to say like, oh, there's no way, you know, because anything's
Yeah.
possible in my
Right.
mind.
Exactly.
But I just I feel like we would have found him by now. You know, there would have been
Dude,
some
it's
kind
been a
of
long time.
proof. And it's the
It's been a
same
long
thing
time.
with ghosts, man. I think there's like some guy in India, some
Dude,
scientist who is basically like, if you can bring me proof, I'll pay you like, you know, $10,000 or something. And nobody's been able to
yeah.
prove
Dude,
it.
I know ghosts and spirits exist because we lived in a house in back home, and it was very super old house. It was owned by like this old couple, and It was like I don't know. We were living there maybe 6 months, and this is all true story. I'm not exaggerating. I was asleep one night, and then I woke up because my dog jumped on the bed. He usually does at that time of night, and then I kind of like I'm laying there and I pet him, just like, hey, you can sleep here. And I hear my door open, and I just think, okay, whatever. Like it was already open, but like the sound of the knob and hitting the wall.
Yeah.
I'm like I'm turned away from the wall. I'm like maybe it's one of my siblings or my parents trying to come check on me or like tell me something. And I look over and there's nothing there. I'm like, okay, it was probably from when the dog came up. It was like still opening the door. No big deal. And then I hear footsteps coming towards my bed. And like I hear the footsteps come through the door and then finally stop at the foot of my bed and it kind of creaks. We had hardwood floor and it kind of creaked at the end of my bed. I'm like, okay, that was weird. Like whatever. It's an old house, whatever. And then I hear the creaking and then footsteps coming up to the side of my bed. And at that point I'm like awake. I'm like, there's no way it's just the house. And like it finally stops at the side of my bed and I look over, there's nothing there, but like if there was something there, I was looking directly at it. And
Yeah.
then I hear the same footsteps go from the foot of my bed and leave the room. Like this is
But
all a true story.
did you
So
tell somebody? Like you were
yeah, so
like,
I woke up in the morning, went because that shit scared me, dude. I
yeah.
was like, fuck that. There's no way we're still gonna live here. Like we did because I didn't pay rent. So anyway, I woke up, told my dad. I was like, so here's what happened. Told him the whole story. He's like, that's so funny you said that because a couple weeks ago I woke up to go to the bathroom and I laid down and I heard something similar, footsteps. He said, except when the footsteps stopped at the edge of the bed, I saw the bed drop down like someone was sitting on the bed.
Oh hell no.
So I told him like, you're messing with me right now? He's like, no, dead serious. I didn't wake your mom up, but I saw the bed kind of shrink in like someone was sitting there. I'm like, okay, seriously though, stop messing with me. He's like, no, true story. So I told him like, we're moving out, right? He's like, no, we have a mortgage on the house, so
Now we can't move.
yeah. So like from then
We're
on,
stuck here.
any weird sound, I was like, that's the person. Someone's here. There's a spirit here. But like,
Damn, man.
yeah, man, I think spirits and ghosts, I think they're real, man.
I don't
Just from
know,
that
man.
experience.
Like, I
It's
mean,
weird.
I even experienced some weird stuff in my grandma's house.
Yeah.
Cause she had an old house that she sold it a couple years back and moved to a different state. But now that everybody's grown up, but
Hmm.
it was an old house. And apparently people used to that worked on the railroad right there downtown. Used to stay there. Like it was like a lodge or something. Who knows? Um, but it's an old wooden house, man, and I used to stay over at my cousin's, like, because my cousin lived there with my grandma. I used to stay there all the time, and there were sometimes in the middle of the night where I'd get woken up because it sounded like creaking, like somebody was walking around, and I always used to just assume it was my grandma.
Hmm.
But one morning I stayed over, and like we got up in the morning after hearing a bunch of stuff, like same stuff, just creaking, and like I thought maybe it was the dog or something. But our grandma comes and like she's like, "Hey, were you guys like in the kitchen last night?" And we're like, "No." And she's like, "Well, I found some plates and stuff out, like, and cabinets open." And I was like, "What the?"
Ooh.
I mean, oh hell no.
Oh,
But I
dude.
mean, she was like, "Yeah, that's so and so," like it was normal, and so
Oh
like I
my
just never
god.
really.
It's just
And
felt.
at the same time, I was like, all right, maybe somebody's playing it, just trying to scare me, like, because I was
Dude,
saying that I didn't believe it or whatever. But
that's the whole thing with conspiracy
who
theories, dude. They
knows?
might be real, it might be fake. But like
Yeah,
I just personally I believe in ghosts and spirits just because of that experience there.
yeah, I gotcha.
But
Um,
you know, I'm hoping maybe I'll see one like in real life.
oh, you want
Like
to? Now you're seeking it.
I think it'd be interesting to see. Obviously, if it like tries to dismember me, I don't want any of that. But
Yeah,
if
yeah.
I
Heard
get to
it
be
here
like a
first,
figure,
folks.
yeah, a figure or something, it'd be interesting.
You heard it here first. Shhadowz is doing a seance live on
Yes.
Twitch.
He has never seen me again.
Like it's just all over the news. It's like have you ever heard of Streamers Reloaded?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Streamers Reloaded. It's like Twitch streamer gets possessed live on stream.
My body's hovering above the gaming chair.
Your head
Uh,
turns around and you vomit all over the computer.
so much for the nice gaming setup.
Yeah. Everybody on stream is like, "Oh no!" Like everybody's just freaking. Can you imagine the chat? The chat's
Freaking
just
out.
no. The chat's just like Pog. Like, it's just a bunch of
The hype.
Pog. Yeah, hype.
Sick graphics, bro. Sick.
Yeah,
Halloween theme.
dude.
Dude, Halloween, how's that gonna look this year?
Dude, I mean, we're supposed to go to Knott's Berry Farm for like some little trick or treating thing.
Shit, they're open?
You can't. I don't think the rides are open, but they're gonna be like they're gonna have like carnival style food and stuff like that. So we're gonna go to that to take little man trick or treating. You know, just so he gets to do something. I got some of the stuff to be like the Joker from like the Joaquin.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
That'd be a good one.
my girlfriend went to a thrift shop and she got the stuff like for a suit. It's way too fucking big, bro. I can't wear that. I'm gonna look like a real clown.
Yeah,
So
dude,
we're looking.
canceled, dude. Up here in the Bay. It's
Yeah.
like 100% yeah, they're enforcing it. Like they're gonna give you a ticket if you're.
I mean, dude, it makes sense. I mean,
Yeah, it's true. It does. Like people are touching the candy, and then like it's an
yeah.
easy way to spread germs. But like I feel like there's gonna be a lot of parties.
I just
Like, we
all I
gotta
think
find a
of.
Halloween party.
Yeah, there'll probably be a lot of parties. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, every time there's some kind of holiday now, I'm just like, here we go. We're gonna have a big spike again. You know.
Yep. Well, I mean,
Um.
it's not a. It's true. Like there could be a huge spike.
I just hate thinking about it like that. You know.
Yeah.
It sucks.
I'm trying to go as Geralt from The Witcher.
Oh, okay.
Dude.
You gonna get that long blonde wig or
Ooh,
white platinum? Yeah, the white
platinum
one.
blonde. Oh yeah. Like I looked at myself in the mirror. I'm like, been hitting the gym. I think it's time to. I'm going as Geralt this year. I'm
Do
not
it,
fat
man.
this year, so I'm doing it.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
little man's gonna be a dragon. So
Nice.
the girlfriend wanted to be she finally just watched Game of Thrones. And like she was like, "You want to watch it with me?" I was like, "Hell no. I'm pissed at that show." And she's like, "Why?" And I'm like, "You'll find out."
Yeah.
You
Dude,
know?
I watched 2 seasons and I was like, I can't do this.
No, I mean, I watched the whole thing in anticipation for the last season cuz I was like, I like shows and I like HBO, so I want to be a part of this. And I feel like I wasted my time because I watched that whole show to be a part of everybody crapping on it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Such a letdown.
It happens, dude. I feel like people are so like picky and like they critique every little thing about everything.
Oh,
Like,
but
it
that
doesn't make
was
it fair.
that was deserved though. That last season,
Oh,
like
really?
after watching every season, it like it was like they literally were like, it's like they told some guy who was in like some kind of like screenwriting class to just like, hey, you finish it, you know? Like it was literally just like totally like they made it so that the dragons are super powerful, right? And everything. And then there's like one scene where like they start shooting like spear guns at them and they all miss and everything. And then all of a sudden this one scene they just happen to hit like all of them or something like that. Like it's just so stupid, man. It's just lazy writing.
You
Like
think they probably just kept the show going too long?
no, dude, it's not even that. They said that like they were doing the last season, but then at the same time they got picked up to write the people who were writing for it. They got picked up to write the new Star Wars trilogy, and they lost that after Game of Thrones got so much backlash.
Yeah.
But it was literally like they were just like, yeah, we're done with this, but we still got to end it. So they just like half-assed it.
Yeah.
You know,
That blows.
and like
Did you watch the new Star Wars series?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I thought The Force Awakens was like a really good way to set it up and kind of like bring new fans in while also paying homage to like the OG fans.
Sure.
But I was like the second one needed to do something like The Last Jedi, it needed to do something different so that it didn't get the same kind of feedback where it was like, oh, this is just like the plot of A New Hope. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
I thought the second one was like a nice. I saw it as like a story builder. Like you have the first one, there's lots of action. You introduce a lot of all these characters. It's like just a new wave of Star Wars. And the second one, I didn't give it a lot of backlash. Like I thought it was really good, only because it kind of built on the story, and it kind of gave you a little more background of the characters. I thought that was a good way to set up the third one.
yeah, there was things I liked and disliked about The Last Jedi. I remember leaving the theater for that one with a buddy of mine that because I would go see movies with people that I was like, coworkers and stuff. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and like I went with this buddy and he was just like, I really liked that. And then like the next day we come to work and he's like, actually, I thought about it. That movie was weird, man. I don't know how I feel about it. Like it didn't feel like a normal Star Wars movie. And like going back, especially after seeing the last one, I was just like, dude, they kind of, I don't know, man. Like they killed Snoke for no damn reason. Like it was
Mm-hmm.
like build up for nothing. Like you don't find anything out about him. They're like, oh, go read this book. It explains it. I shouldn't have to go read a book
Yeah,
for a big movie like that.
yeah,
That would be like if that would totally be like if Thanos got built up the way he did, and then all of a sudden in the Infinity War he shows up and he's a robot or something. It'd be like, whoa, what happened? Why is he a robot now? And he'd be like, oh, you got to go read this book or this comic. It explains it. It'd be like, what the
yeah.
like you shouldn't have to do that. And so like they were like, oh, if you go back and read this book, it explains who Snoke was. The big thing that pissed me off was at the end of The Last Jedi. You remember Luke's lightsaber? They both like force pull it and it explodes, it breaks in half.
Yeah.
And like you're like, oh damn, that's the end of that lightsaber. And then the I don't even remember the last or the name of the newest one. That's how much I disliked it. But what was it called?
Wait, I can't recall. No,
What is
I
it
don't.
called? It's because we're both thinking about it.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. As soon as this podcast ends, we're gonna think about it. We're gonna think of it.
I can't think of the
Shoot.
name.
Anyway,
But right at the beginning of that movie, she's got the lightsaber back.
yeah.
And so I was like, what the hell? And then everybody's like, oh, you have to go watch or you have to go read this book. I'm just like,
See, but I feel like with Star Wars, I mean, I'm sure it's different now, but like with Star Wars, I think the cool thing is you didn't really have to read books about it because
oh,
it
it
was
was The Rise of Skywalker, damn it. I just thought of it.
there. It is.
Right? The Rise of Skywalker?
The Rise of Skywalker.
Oh, and that too. You're telling me that it's called The Rise of Skywalker because she decides to just call herself a Skywalker at the end?
Mm, no,
She's
no.
not a Skywalker, she's a Palpatine.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think it's talking about. Is it talking about the name or is it talking about
Yes.
the legacy?
No,
You know what
either
I mean?
way, my problem is that at the end of the movie, they're like, "Who are you?" And she's like, "Skywalker." And I'm like, "Hey, yo, she stole his name." Like in the theater, dude, people in the theater were legit like, "What the hell?" Like in the theater that I was at when I watched it, people were pissed.
Yeah.
We saw it in IMAX too, so like those were like legit fans.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like everybody in the theater was just like, oh, like some guy was like, all right, I'm going to get more popcorn. Like it's
Oh
like
my
he didn't even
God, it
care,
was that
bro. He's just
bad.
like he was that pissed. Yeah. Uh, um, yeah, I just heard people that like I think my girlfriend enjoyed it more than I did because she just didn't care as much. She's not like a
Yeah.
diehard fan or anything, but.
I think it kind of they made up for it with the Mandalorian. I think
Well, yeah, I just hope that
that
the second
series
season.
was awesome.
I have two complaints about the Mandalorian, and this
Damn
is
it.
dude. But no, they're things that I think they fixed. They said, so my complaint was the episodes are too short. Like there would be like one episode where it was like 40 minutes, and then the next episode was like 28. I'm like, what the hell? I want those other 12 minutes, man. Like I want more. Like it's a
Yeah.
good problem to have, but it just some of them like you wait a week and then like it comes out and it's like, dude, like it felt like I was watching an episode of like a Nickelodeon show. It was like that quick,
Yeah.
Um, and you feel it way more because there's no commercials. That's the problem with streaming.
They do it on purpose, dude.
And then the other thing was like I really liked how it was like a western where like every episode there was the main storyline, but then there was like episodes where it was just like them traveling around. That's dope.
Mm. Yeah, I
But
think that's
my issue is they should it should have been like it should have been half and half, not like oh here's like 1 or 2 episodes and then here's like 4 episodes where it has nothing to do with the main plot point and then here's the episode leading up to the finale and then the finale. You know, like it should have been paced out better, I guess. But I heard they're gonna focus more on the main storyline in this next one. So, and the episodes are supposed to be all kind of the same length.
yeah.
So,
No, I liked it all the way through. I think it was
yeah.
just a very well made series.
The only
John Favreau just always crushes it.
dude.
He's
I mean,
fucking awesome.
there's been talks of him taking over the Star Wars franchise as far as like a showrunner
Yeah,
for since Mandalorian came out,
yeah.
and I hope it ends up happening. I think he respects it from a fan perspective a lot
Oh yeah,
more.
definitely. Yeah.
Dude, I just think it's funny because like I didn't know who John Favreau was until like he made that chef movie, and I was like, bro, that's the
The Iron Man guy.
yeah, that's the damn limo driver, or
Uh-huh.
the yeah limo driver. That's the
The
chauffeur,
limo
bro.
driver.
That's his butler, bro.
Not Iron Man's assistant. He's the
Yeah,
driver.
call him everything but his assistant.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yo, that's his butler. Like, uh, no, but yeah, no, man. That guy, I have a whole new respect for that guy after I've seen what he's
Oh
been
yeah,
doing in the film
he's
and
awesome.
TV industry.
Did you watch the Clone Wars, the show, the animated one?
No, I watched a couple episodes here and there, but I don't know, man. I've just
Good.
it's
Really good.
for some reason I have a hard time getting into animated stuff.
That's fair. I
Um,
mean, I get it.
but it was good. What I watched was good.
It explains a lot of behind the scenes as far as the Clone Wars goes.
Yeah,
Like that whole first 3 movies, it fills in a lot of plot holes. But also you get a little sneak peek as to like, for example, the dark saber at the end of the first series of Mandalorian.
yeah.
It goes back into detail with that and like how it was made.
That's
And,
what I
like,
heard.
the
Yeah,
background is. But I like how all the shows kind of connect, and it really fills in everything as opposed to like if it was just the movies, like the
yeah.
whole saga. But yeah, I love that show a lot. You should definitely check it out.
Did you watch the last season? Because I know everybody was hyping it up.
The last season of
Clone
Clone Wars.
Wars.
Oh
Yeah.
hell yeah, dude! That was the best season.
Really? Oh, dude,
Yeah,
that's
dude,
great to hear, man.
it goes into depth. Like it really, like it's definitely what it needed to be in order to connect this Clone Wars and the Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I gotcha. I've been meaning to like get into it.
Yeah, I binge watched. So when I first got into it, I watched the whole series before the last season came out in like 2 weeks. Like that, I thought it was that good.
Yeah.
And then the last season came out, and I was like blown away.
Okay.
It was,
Yeah,
it was
I'm.
really good.
So I pulled up IGN because I like to sometimes pull up and see if there's any like big news that happened today to talk
Mhm.
about. I don't really see too much. I guess the Uncharted movie they released some photos for that
Yeah.
because Tom Holland's in that one. I think Chris Pratt's in it
dude,
too. Could be wrong.
That's gonna be pretty sick. I'm excited to see
Um,
that. I only played was it the third one? It was a good game.
I only played the first two.
Yeah.
I heard the
Very
fourth
well
one was amazing.
Yeah.
A Thief's End.
I literally only played it because it came with my PS3 when I first got it.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is kind of a cool game.
Did you
But-
play The Last of Us too?
I did. I got through the first one. I haven't played the
Dude.
second one. The
See,
first one
okay.
was amazing.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I almost don't want to touch the second one because I'm hearing people say that it just like it's not the same and people
Oh,
didn't like
really?
where it went with. Yeah, I mean there was like some I guess some plot decisions that they made that people were just like this is not like what they wanted. They wanted more of I don't remember his name, the main dude in the first one. Like they wanted more from him and he wasn't the
okay.
main character anymore. But and I mean, did he care about spoilers?
I don't care.
Okay. Well, apparently he dies like super early into it or something, so people are pissed about that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, he's kind of old. Well, like they almost passed the torch anyway in the first one.
Well, in the first one, the whole idea was like he powered through everything, you know, like he,
Right.
yeah, and then the second one, it's like, oh, like he's dead.
Damn.
It's like, yeah, I mean, I don't know, I haven't played it, but I've been told that it's like there's people who skipped it on purpose because they were just like they don't want it to ruin their perspective of the first one, I guess.
Hmm.
Because the first one I legit think is one of the best games I've ever played.
Oh
It
yeah.
felt like a movie, dude.
Oh yeah.
When something feels like a movie to me, I'm all on board because I love movies and TV. I was gonna go do that as a job, you know. So like,
Yeah.
yeah.
There were a couple episodes where like my wife would come and be like, "Don't play till I get home, so I could watch you play."
Oh,
So it's like,
really?
yeah, she was feeling it too. She's like, "This is actually a really good game." But yeah, it's intense.
Yeah. I wanted my girlfriend to play it, or yeah. I think she from because she gets into stuff like that. Like
Hmm.
if she knows that I respect it for like a storytelling. Damn, this thing is annoying. My mic boom. That's something I need to upgrade. I need a nicer mic boom. This is like a $20 one, and it's starting to show its wear and tear a little bit.
Of course.
um, what mic are you using, by the way?
It is a how do you pronounce it? Fifine.
Okay.
Got from Amazon. It was like $50.
Okay.
It was on sale, so I got both
Okay.
of them for like $75. It's like a nice starter kit.
Yeah, I still have it. I tried to. I made it a goal during the charity stream. I was like, if we hit this goal, I'll give away this mic, and I didn't hit it, so I'm still waiting to give that away. But I had a blue snowball, and I mean those mics, cause that like I've seen it on sale for like $30. Like
Hmm.
it's a real like entry level mic. But when I first had it, it was just sitting on the desk. Like I didn't have a mic boom, so like my keyboard was like louder than my voice, and
Oh, that sucks.
like, but dude, it was so weird because I went back and I was like, man, I had like 20 something people watching, and like I didn't like you couldn't even hear me. It sounded like I was talking to a cup or something, you know. So like seeing like people still come by and they're like, oh dude, you got a new mic, and I'm like, yeah dude, like it sounds way better, and I'm like, that's cool, like you know, because I was like, if I'm gonna do a podcast and stuff, I
Hmm.
should probably invest in like a decent mic, you know.
Yeah,
So I
just
got like the
maybe a decently good one.
yeah, so I got this Elgato Wave 3, which they're known
Nice.
for like they make the stream decks and stuff. So
I use their capture card.
yeah, that's the standard. Yeah, if I got another, or if I got a one of the next upgrades besides like a boom arm that I'm looking at, and I'm trying to be very strategic about what I upgrade. You know, like the last thing I got was more storage. I got another SSD because I was like I need more storage for videos. You
Yeah.
know, because people are like, oh, you should get a 30 series card. You should get this, and I'm like, I don't need it. It would
Hmm.
be nice, but I don't need it. Like you guys aren't gonna notice too much of a difference if I buy a new graphics card because
Right.
like I might get more frames and that's about it, you know.
Yeah, but
But
you have to think about like most people are watching on mobile anyway.
yeah,
Like there's
yeah,
more,
it's true.
so like what a drop in frame rate isn't going to make a whole lot of a difference if people are watching on their phones.
Well, I just mean people are like they can see that I'm playing at like 90 frames per second, and they're like, dude, like all the pros they put their settings low and they play at like 200 frames per second or whatever, and I'm like, well, I care more about the quality of what the game looks, and then like, well, then you should get a better graphics card so that you can still have the frames within the same quality, and I'm like, yeah, but like we'll get there someday. I just don't feel like it's
Expensive.
a yeah, it's expensive.
It's expensive. Like I
So
almost did the same thing with I almost got an external hard drive for my PlayStation um,
yeah,
to get more games, but there's not a whole lot of games that really interest me right now.
yeah,
Like I
same.
get the expanding your like the games that you play, but there's really no games that I want to play right now besides Call of Duty and maybe a little bit of Rogue Company. That's kind of it.
Oh, so you do play Rogue Company?
Yeah, I started playing it recently. It's good. I
I'm
mean,
just
it's different.
so I got reached out to for this charity tournament. They're doing a 2v2, so it's 2v2.
Sure.
I'm looking for a partner.
Ah,
So
I'm
if
in.
you're into it,
Sign me up.
all right, I'm down. It's not
I
till
gotta
like
start streaming it more probably though.
it's like the first week in November. I'm streaming it right after this, man. I'm gonna go live on TikTok for like, dude, I've been going live on TikTok for like an hour now. I've noticed that more and more people are coming and we're just chatting. It's that's like my just chatting, I feel like.
Yeah, yeah, for
you
sure.
know. So I do that until it starts to fizzle out, and then I go over to Twitch. And I feel like a lot of people will come in there and be like, go live," and I'm like, "I will after this." So they're like waiting for it. So
Hmm.
usually it hypes it
That's
up.
awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, yeah, I've been playing it. It's good. I think I just need to get the mechanics down. Um,
I've been getting it down a little bit more, and
but
like,
like I'm very
yeah,
run and gun. Like I was like raised on Call of Duty, Halo, all that like push everything. But like this one, you have to be strategic and like
it's all
play an
corner
objective.
peaks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
everything's corner peaks. Like
and
you like,
I'm getting better at headshots
and
too.
I hate camping. So like that game when I first started was like tearing me apart. They're like,
Yeah.
wait, sit on the objective. I'm like, I don't want to. I want to get kills. But like,
So somebody, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, brother.
no, you're good. You're good. Go ahead.
Somebody, I was like, I was super excited because I was like, I'm gonna try the game out again because I saw that Doctor Disrespect got his own map and everything. And
Mhm.
so like I went on there and I was like, all right, I'm gonna get this doc skin, and I was like, wait a minute, it's like $25. I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to buy that. And then somebody right away was like, and I was just like, dude, that's crazy. But somebody right away was like, here, buy it, and like they're like, use this to buy it. And so I got the skin, and then we've literally just like the last two streams, I just played the doc map, and it's at a I highly recommend streaming that game right now because I feel like it's in a sweet spot where it has a decent following, but there's not too many people streaming it. So if you have more than like 5 people watching, like you're gonna have people checking you out.
Yeah.
Um,
I might check it out after the podcast. And
yeah, man, I totally down. It's teams of 4, so we can still get
is
some
it cross
viewers in.
platform?
Yes,
Oh
I've been
yeah, we
playing.
should play.
Most of the
I'm down
people I've
for
been
that.
playing with, they're on PlayStation. So
Oh. Oh, I was actually just going back to that. I was gonna off topic, but I
there's
have
no
a little
topic.
quick fix for your keyboard if it's too loud.
What's
Play it
up?
off controller.
Oh no, it's not anymore. That was just when I had my snowball, and I have a
Controller.
controller. I just
You haven't used
I've used it for Rocket League and Fall Guys. That's it.
never played Rocket League. That's
It's
another one I
fun.
haven't never
I
played.
feel like
It
it's not
doesn't seem
really.
like for me.
It's not. It's fun. It's just like super competitive, and it's not really in its prime anymore. You know, dude. How do you feel about Fortnite? Don't like it?
Pain. I used to be good at it, like when
Oh,
it
okay.
first came out, and then I think what is it, season 5 came out. I was like, this is a completely different game.
Did
Like
they redo?
they changed the maps, they changed the whole like flow of the game. Like there's just a lot going on, and people got more competitive, you
Yeah.
know, as games do. And like I ended up playing with like against like these hyper builders where like they'd have towers up, and I used to be a decent builder even on in general, even though I was on controller, but like I couldn't keep up with these people. It just wasn't fun anymore.
Yeah, I played with some viewers, and like I can see that they're excited about it because they like, for them it's something new to do. It's like, oh, we get to like experience like, a streamer that we like playing a game that he's like not used to, that we
Mhm.
like. That's the kind of vibes that I got, was like, it
Yeah,
was like seeing somebody experience it
yeah.
as like a new player. And I respect it. I respect what it's done in the gaming industry, but
Mhm.
I just can't get into it, man. Like, it to me,
Yeah,
it's cool the stuff they've done with it, but at the same time, I'm one of those people where it's like Call of Duty Warzone is perfect because everything you're doing is based off of your gunplay. Like, okay, I need more armor so that when somebody shoots me, I don't die.
right. Yeah,
Fortnite, it's like, all right, I'm gonna go fish in a pond for some fish so
yeah.
that when
It's
I
not.
do need armor, then I can just eat this fish. Like, I'm just like,
Mhm.
okay, now we're going off onto something else. Like, it's
Yeah.
cool that they changed it up, but
See what
it's too
at
much
least
going
for
on.
yeah, but what I have learned is that when I started playing Fortnite again, I only played it for a little bit and then I deleted it from my console. Like I was just done. Sniper skills transfer from game to game.
Hmm.
So I was running the sniper on Fortnite and I was like killing it
Yeah,
until the building came. And then I was like done. Couldn't do it.
yeah.
Like first game I like did a warm up before I started the stream just so I didn't look like a total loser. I dropped like 13 kills just with the sniper rifle. I'm like, whoa,
Damn.
maybe I'm pretty good. And then I started playing with viewers, and I was like, nope, this is not not for me.
Yeah, no, dude, I don't know how to build at all. So like,
No,
I would get shot up, and somebody would just build a house around me to like protect me. And I'm like, but then I'm like, I don't like this, man.
Yeah,
because I feel like I'm
it's
handicapped or
not what it
something. You know, don't
was.
know what I'm doing. Um,
It used to be a really good game, personally. But
yeah.
dude,
Um,
so favorite, I have to ask because you post videos about it all the time. Favorite Doritos flavor, dude?
Tapatio.
Really? I've never
Yep, I
tried
got
it.
him right here.
Oof.
They're right here, brother.
I've got it right here.
Got him for the
My
ASMR.
my baby. No, dude. What I didn't like. I started eating Doritos again after I saw you. I was like, I'm kind of craving Doritos now. I tried the limon ones.
Oh, those are good
Those
too.
are
Put
good,
some
dude.
chamoy on those, dude.
Oof, those are good.
Start thinking
Sour.
about
I'm a
you.
big sour cream guy though with Doritos.
Oh, my man, dude.
Dude,
Salsa verde with
dude,
sour cream.
yes, dude. Sour cream with Doritos is something else. Put a
Yeah.
little bit of a squeeze of fresh lime. You're set, dude.
Dude, people are like sour cream. And I'm like, bro, chill. I don't you know, I'm not a big
It's
guacamole
good.
person, but I'll eat it, you know. But like when somebody's like, "Oh, you want some?" I love guacamole. I'm not like,
Mhm.
you know, like
Yeah,
I don't know.
dude. It'll change your life.
People
So
legit, people legit comment and tell me they're like, "You like sour cream? You're gross."
yeah,
And
dude.
I'm like,
They
"What?"
alienate you, dude.
Or I did a TikTok where it was really just like nachos and it showed like the different layers we were putting on it,
Mm.
right? Nothing fancy. It was just like a little fun, quick TikTok. It was like 11 seconds. And people are like, "You had me until you put sour cream on it." And I'm just like, "What the
Well,
fuck?" And I'm like,
joke's on you,
"Why,
buddy.
bro?" Yeah, joke's on you. I enjoyed it. It went in my
Sour
belly. Yeah.
man. Yeah, dude. The Doritos chile con limon is the best one for
Yeah.
sure.
It's a good one, man. That's the green bag, right? Because then the
Yeah.
red one's just flaming. Yeah, the red one wasn't as good. I wasn't as impressed at all. Have you had the Blaze ones?
No,
Those are the hottest Doritos I've had. Those
I've
are
had the sweet chili, the purple bag.
those are good too.
That one's good.
Those are good.
Sometimes it's a hit and miss. Sometimes just because like if I do have them with sour cream, like it's almost like just sweet and not spicy.
Yeah, yeah,
I like the
yeah. I got
spice.
you.
The
Yeah,
spice.
me too. I like some spice. That I give my girlfriend crap all the time because her favorite one is spicy nacho, and I'm like, that's false advertising. There's no spice.
It's not spicy. Yeah.
There's no spice. It tastes
um,
like to me. It tastes like nacho cheese Doritos that like they forgot to put the cheese dust on. You know,
ooh,
like that's what it tastes like to me.
mhm.
Um, but yeah, what games are you looking forward to, man? Like I'm really hyped up about Cold War. I so
Cold
I
War. Yeah.
I want to try and get like legit serious about like Blackout 2 or whatever it's gonna be the battle royale. Like I legit am gonna care about my KD this time and stuff.
Mm.
You know.
Well, see, I feel like so as far as KD goes, we'll get into the new games in a second. But like, um, I didn't start playing well until I started streaming because I used to be so busy. Like while I was working and then playing on the side, just playing, not streaming, my KD was at like a 1.02, you know, an
Yes.
okay KD. And then as soon as I started streaming, like 2 months ago, up to now, my KD is now at like 1.4. Like I'm getting some really high kill games. Like I play smarter. Like I know how the game flows. Um, but
Yeah.
yeah, man, it's not an easy game. Like battle royales are so hard to win.
Yeah.
You have so many people, like especially in Warzone. Like you have the campers, you have the people that like you have the super sweaty dudes that just know exactly what to do at what time. Then like you get third party. There's a lot of variables in that game.
Have you ever played solos like late at night, like midnight?
No.
I feel like because you're on like the servers where like you're playing with people like close to you, so
Mhm.
like I've played like at midnight, 1 in the morning, and like all it is like sweats. That's all it
Yeah.
is. Every like even when I join the like warm up lobby, like people are like
Mhm.
sniping me from across the map and stuff. Like they're just trying to kill everybody. Um, which I mean, yeah, I do that sometimes too. But I mean, like I'm like, dude, I'm chilling. It's midnight. Like I'm just trying to play it for fun because like
Yeah.
nope, like I'm trying out new things. Like the other night I was playing it because I was trying like the new tactical run and like slide canceling and stuff like that. You know, just things that are gonna help make me a better player.
Yeah.
Um, and like yeah, like I would end up in the gulag like in 5 seconds because somebody
Mhm.
would chase me down and grab a shotgun and kill me right away. Like they
Yep.
wanted me to die, like right. You know what I mean? Like and I'm just like, damn man, I'm just trying to get into a match and run around a little bit and get used to this, and I can't even do that. You know,
Yeah.
like I was like, I was like, man, it's late. I'm just gonna go to bed. But I probably should just like hop into like a random duo or something, because I feel like solos are just, people take
Sweaty,
that.
dude. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's tough. Solos, it's definitely in solos the most campers you'll find in that game mode.
yeah.
But I mean, but yeah, man, new games. Definitely the new Cold War battle royale is gonna be sick. Really excited for it. Um, I know there's a couple things they need to tweak with Cold War itself in multiplayer, but I think it's gonna be
What it?
impressive.
You know what? I was working on a video that was supposed to be like for just for YouTube. Like I thought about maybe posting a snippet and doing that thing where it's like full video on YouTube, but it was just my thoughts on the Cold War beta, like my review of it,
Mhm.
But I just talking about it, I was just like, it's a beta. Like I don't like that I'm talking about it so serious because I know people are like, what are your thoughts? Like, because everybody has a stance on it. Um, but I mean, I feel like it'd be good to just take a snippet from like this conversation and post that instead. So like, what are
Yeah.
your thoughts? Because for me, one of the biggest problems I have is that it feels like gameplay wise, some of the mechanics that they didn't include for Modern Warfare feel like a step back. Like there's no mounting, you can't open
Mhm.
doors,
Well, I don't think it
stuff like
was.
that.
I don't think Cold War was meant to have that close of a relationship to Modern Warfare. You know, it's always been like that between Treyarch and Activision, where
Yeah.
it's like two separate series. So I think what they were trying to do, with my understanding, is that they tried to go back to the original Black Ops.
Hmm.
They try to make it to where it feels, looks, and sounds like the original, because that was easily their best game. Is the first Black Ops, if not arguably the second one.
Yeah,
But I
the first
think,
and second one were both
yeah,
really
yeah, I
solid
don't think
games.
it was so much a step back from Modern Warfare. I just think it's a completely different platform and way to play Call of Duty.
Yeah.
I
So
don't like
I
so.
yeah, I agree that they're going for like the Cold War feel and everything. I love the way the gameplay feels, even though I do agree they need to put some more recoil on the guns because some of them just don't have any.
Oh, dude, the AK-47 doesn't move.
Yeah.
We've been getting and it's insane.
I hope they don't mess with sniping. I think sniping is fair.
Yeah,
It does feel a little easier compared to Modern Warfare, I would say.
I think so.
Yeah, I definitely am better at sniping in the beta
Dude,
than I am in
I'm
Modern
also having
Warfare.
a hard time with the beta and sniping.
Dude, I've got some crazy clips, man. Where like I'm
Yeah,
just
I posted a couple that were okay, but like
I mean, you saw
compared, yeah.
that. I'm sorry, man.
No, you're good.
I'm
Go ahead.
passionate about this, bro.
Talk about it.
What were you saying? You posted some clips
Oh,
that
I was posting the clips of Cold War, and like I just my clips on Modern Warfare are so much better than in Cold War.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm curious, man. I think there's gonna be some people, some streamers that like because I've seen some streamers making a big deal about how like it's almost the end of the year and we're still that hyped about Modern Warfare. I feel like this last season kind of they shot themselves in the foot a little bit. Like there were some
Hmm.
questionable decisions, and then
Sure.
the bugs are out of control, man.
Yeah.
I don't know how they don't make it a priority to just like all right, we need to hire some more people to fix these bugs, because the fact that like the gun glitch is back, to me
Yeah.
that's almost a game breaking glitch. You cannot spectate people because it looks like a blob on your screen. Like
Hmm.
I had viewers who were like, dude, you should switch to the intermission screen because this is hurting my eyes.
Hmm.
Because it's literally
Yeah.
just like a blob moving around.
It's tough, man. Like I feel like on top of that, it's like you have so many people playing this game that like there's always gonna be something that they're gonna mess up on.
Yeah,
Like it's just such a successful game. There's so many people playing it that like it's hard to get everything right.
yeah. But
So
I
like
mean,
I've never been upset as far as like the game mechanics are concerned. Just because like I know what are you gonna say? You got your
I'm
finger up.
just no, I'm waiting because like I'm
You
like
got your finger up.
there's
I
something
said
I
so.
got real upset.
Okay, let's see.
That freaking the stim glitch, man.
Oh yeah, dude, I got
That
fucked over like
it's game
twice.
breaking.
Yeah, they fixed
You
it a long
know?
time ago.
Yeah, I know they
Yeah,
fixed it, but I mean, like the fact that that was even something that like accidentally happened, like the patch testers didn't find that. You know,
mhm,
like you got to understand that, or they have to understand by now that all these glitches and stuff, they're done by doing weird ass things like canceling a animation or throwing a grenade while jumping on top of something. It's just weird stuff that
yeah,
causes these bugs to like come out. I still don't understand like it has something to do with picking up guns causes this gun glitch.
yeah.
Like if you
Or
pick
wait,
up somebody's loadout,
yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
you
So
know.
I'm more concerned about the fact that everybody already hates a shotgun that shoots freaking fire. So they said, "Hey, let's release a fully automatic shotgun that shoots
Grenades.
fire." But wait for it. Let's also add a mag that's 24 rounds. But wait, there's more. Let's also add a mag that shoots fucking grenades
Yeah, and you can
from
just
a
shoot
shotgun.
helicopters down. Dude, I
It's
saw
crazy.
oh my gosh.
What
I
are they
mean,
thinking?
I used that gun for like a day just like to level it
No,
up and
I
see how it
haven't
played.
touched it.
But did they fix some of it? Did they nerf it so that the
I
grenades weren't? Because I don't see people
I don't
using it
know.
anymore.
Dude, all I know is that there
I
have
feel
been
like
a
it was a
couple
meme.
times I haven't been killed by it yet in Warzone. I'm just fast enough and just accurate enough to where I can take him down with a MP5 or MP7. I don't use shotguns in Warzone just because I would become that same evil that I hate so much.
Join the dark
So
side.
everybody, dude, I get people in chat. They're like, use the R9O, use the Origin. I'm like, fuck that. There's no way in hell I'm using a shotgun in
Yeah,
Warzone.
I think right now zombies. That's the
Oh
zombie
yeah,
royale.
for
That's the
I
time for
think
shotguns to
I
shine.
think that's why they came out with the Jack 12
Oh,
for
just for that?
specifically for the zombies. Because
Yeah,
why
that
else? Why else would you need a 24 round mag?
it. Well, to me, it was just weird the way they released it. It was like all of a sudden it's in the game.
Yeah.
They should have timed it with the zombies thing, but then I think maybe they had the idea like, hey, this big zombie thing's coming out. I guarantee you they were like, we can't fuck this up. Like this
Yeah.
zombie thing has to be good. We can't have these game breaking
Hmm.
bugs because like it's the first time they've done something like that, you know?
Yeah.
And if they
It's
mess it up,
yeah. It blew up. It's great.
yeah,
I love.
it brought life
I mean,
back to the
other than the
game.
fact that I've had to order about 6 new pairs of underwear from shitting my pants from the jump scares. It's a great update. I've really been enjoying it. It's
Dude,
fun.
I love playing as a zombie. I have some like
Oh,
we call them big brain zombie plays, bro.
nice.
Cause like there was one time where like I saw somebody. I was like, oh, there's somebody up here, and there's like a tower, and I jump and I miss it, and so like when I came back down, you can see as you're coming down like a whole team coming around a wall, and I'm like, oh, there's like two teams on both sides of me, so I throw a gas at like one group of them, and you
Yeah.
hear them all coughing and that stuff, and then like I see a guy to the right of me, so I EMP, and they're all oh like like they get shocked or whatever,
Oh,
and then I
shit.
just boom, I just jumped and I land on a roof and they're right on a stem, and I was like, I'm coming back, baby. Like it's just,
Oh yeah.
and I was the last one alive too, so everybody's like, hey, yeah, they're all like freaking out. Everybody's like, yeah.
Oh man.
Like I'll
Dude,
probably
that's
post that one.
chaotic. It's real chaotic.
Yeah, I'll
That's
just
great.
put like call me the alpha zombie, or something, or something. But I know a lot of people have been saying they're the sniper king, but I'm the alpha zombie, baby. You know?
You got to post that.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Yeah, there's some I definitely want to play it some more and enjoy it while it's here because
Mhm.
I don't know, it's gonna be weird going back to like regular Modern Warfare for
Yeah.
like a couple weeks before the new one comes out because like I
Mhm.
feel like this is the last little burst of life, you know.
Yeah. Before it gets kind of
I mean,
overshadowed.
I think they're supposed to have another season after this though, right?
I think so. Yeah.
I don't know. There's rumors that they might keep this game going for like as long as they
Hmm.
can, and as soon as they see like a huge drop, then they'll stop putting
Well,
as
like I
much
said,
effort into
it's
it.
different. It's not. It's
Yeah,
not gonna. It's gonna be a completely different game than Cold War.
yeah. That I think
So
there is going to be some people that stick around and stay with Modern Warfare this time.
mhm.
You know,
There'll
they're
be a
not gonna.
divide for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, I like the way that the gameplay in Cold War feels. I don't know about you, but I noticed a lot less campers unless they were sniping. If they were sniping,
Yeah,
obviously they're
for
gonna
sure.
stay around the same area. But I did not notice people just sitting behind walls, like waiting for you to come
Mhm.
around.
Oh yeah, and being someone
Um,
who quick scopes, that felt good because like
yeah,
you can't win, like because I've been just maining like quick scoping, like even in multiplayer, like team deathmatch, everything I've been using the sniper, and like you can't win if there's someone camping a corner with like a shotgun or like an SMG, like you're gonna lose every time.
yeah,
But, like there's definitely a lot less campers in Cold War, and it's nice. It's real
hmm
nice because I hate campers.
yeah. Well, I think it's genius that they made it so that even Ghost, like if you sit around for too long, you'll still show up on the map. You
Hmm.
know,
Yeah.
like that
Oh yeah.
that's a camper's worst nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being
So
seen on.
I'm excited, man. I hope because the other thing that I've been telling people because they're like, "What do you think? Do you like Cold War?" I'm like, I don't know because we've only seen a quarter of the game and we've only seen like a quarter of a game because we only got to
Hmm.
play like 4 maps, you know. And I didn't like that towards the end of the beta they like turned on all the attachments for everybody. That made it not
Oh
as
yeah.
fun. I
Hmm.
like having something to grind for,
Yeah.
you know, something new to
It,
unlock.
yeah. It was really easy to level up too,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah. They
it's good.
definitely.
I also I want to. I've been thinking about trying out Squadrons, the new Star Wars game.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
It
wonder
looks
how
pretty
that is.
good.
Did
I
you
don't know
play
if you
Jedi
watched
Fallen Order?
Jedi Fallen Order. No, I did not.
I played a
That was
little
the
bit of
one.
that. It was
That was one
good.
that came out right after. Was it? What was that game? The other Star Wars one.
What, Battlefront?
Yeah, Battlefront 2.
I think it
That
was
was
spaced out.
okay. Are they
Like it.
related at all?
No. The Battlefront, dude. I mean, the first Battlefront was like really good, and then the second one, just everybody lost respect because of the whole loot box fiasco.
I don't know anything about that.
So it was basically, and this is me just recalling from what I remember. I wasn't really that concerned with it because I didn't really play the game, but I understand the frustration. It was basically like if you wanted to be Darth Vader, then you had to play like some ridiculous amount of hours. Like ridiculous. Like you had to
Oh
play for like
shit! So, like
a couple weeks or something like that to have
yeah,
the points to unlock him. Or you could just pay $20 and buy him or something, you know.
yeah,
So people are like, this is just trying to force you to just be like, ah, I don't want to, I don't, I would just want to play him now. Like I don't want to wait. Like once you realize how long it takes, you're just gonna be like, I'll just buy him,
right.
you know. And
That's tough.
yeah, I'm glad that like Modern Warfare didn't have no loot boxes. I'm glad they got rid of that. Where it's like
Hmm.
you don't at the end of every match like get to like roll the dice on something because you
Yeah.
can just buy more.
Hmm.
Um, because I had seen videos when like Black Ops 3 they where people would just like the title of their video was like I spent 10,000 or not 10,000 I spent like $1,000 on loot boxes. Let's see what we get, you know.
Hmm.
And they would just it was just a video of them opening crates for like 30 minutes, you know. And it's
All
just
for
like
nothing.
no, not I mean they got a bunch of good stuff, but it's like that's literally what it's turned into. It's like people are making content on just like dumping money on a game
Hmm.
because people are like it's so hard to get the stuff you want, you know. Like it's not fair, you know.
No, it's not. You're right. It's not.
Yeah.
You know, it
So,
happens.
yeah. Well, man, I mean, we're coming up on the 3 hour mark, which is crazy. Time flies.
Time flies, man.
Um, it's cool having like a legit like childhood friend on, man. It's
Yeah.
cool.
I mean, it's nice to finally just sit back and chat a little bit.
Yeah, man, it is because we've
Catch up.
just kind of talked on streams and stuff. You know, it's different.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, I'm definitely down to play some Road Company in a bit. I'm gonna go live
Oh,
on TikTok and um, I mean, I don't know, man. I've been streaming like every day, and like I don't feel like I'm getting burnt out or anything, so I'm gonna keep doing it. But
Nice. Yeah. Awesome.
I do feel like since I've been doing that, then like one of those days I'm like, I don't feel like streaming today. I could just be like, hey, no stream today, guys, you know, and they'll be like,
Hmm.
okay, because I've been streaming every day so far. So
Yeah.
um, Saturdays I feel like the later streams do better, and then during the weekday I feel like right
Makes
around
sense.
now is a good time because people are like out of school and
Hmm.
get ready to come home from work and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
um, I definitely think like my audience is kind of split, like it's younger and older people. So
Right.
like I do notice like once it starts to get late, this a bunch of people on the East Coast go to bed, and so like you know it's weird
Yeah. Well,
seeing
like, yeah,
like the
you gotta time it for like the other side of the country too.
yeah. Whereas like if like it sucks because it's like if I was a partner, like I would just stream whenever I wanted. It wouldn't matter, you know. If I wanted to stream in the morning, I would stream in the morning. You know, I've thought about doing one, but I just don't want to like risk it because I don't know. I do have a decent little chunk of people that are from like different continents, you know, from like
Yeah.
England and all that stuff. And they're like, yeah, I don't, like every time I see you, like I only get to pop in for like 10 minutes because it's like 1 in the morning. I should go to bed, you know? And I'm
Yeah.
like, that's mind blowing, man. That somebody who's that far away is still
Checking
trying
in.
showing support, you know,
Yeah.
for the
I
content and
think the
stuff.
furthest guy away I have watching the stream is from South Africa.
Jeez, yeah,
Yeah, it's insane. He's like, yeah, I'm watching your stream. It's like 4 in the morning. I'm like, what?
dude. You want to know what was crazy? Is I had John Z on. I don't know how much like the streamers on TikTok. The more you like watch the For You page and like stuff that's streamer related, the more of them you'll see. But John Z's in Australia, so like I had him on the podcast, and it was like for me it was like 3 or 4 in the afternoon, and for him it was 8 o'clock the next day,
Whoa.
which is so mind boggling. Like
Yeah.
I told him the night before or the day a couple days before I was like, yeah man, if anything comes up and you can't make it, like just message me before you go to bed and I'll see it when I wake up.
Hmm.
Like that's so weird.
That's wild.
Yeah. So if I'm ever up late and I see that he went live, I usually pop in and say hi,
Nice.
before I go to bed because it's like
Yeah.
1 in the morning for me, but he's just like getting on.
It's
He
wild.
he made I'm so happy for him, man. I was like I hope I was root for him to make partner first try because there's not very I don't think there's I think he even said it too. There's not very many Australian streamers yet. It's like a very new thing over there.
Hmm.
Like they're just starting to now get into it over there.
And he
So
made it.
yeah, he was very similar numbers wise as me. Like I said, the email that Twitch sent me was basically like, hey, we had a lot of people just qualify for partner, and so now that everything's going to the way it is, we're kind of dialing back and check. We want you to reapply in 3 weeks so we can see if you can maintain your current trajectory.
Hmm.
And I mean, they weren't joking because as soon as that happened, like I saw a huge drop. But I feel like I am on like an uptrend a little bit, and I feel like I'm steadying out. I just gotta keep making I think those clips are key, man, to put on TikTok every once in a while.
Hmm.
Cause like yesterday, I put at the end of that truck one, I was like, if I play with viewers, so if you want to
Oh
uh
yeah. I saw
come
that.
play
That was,
some,
I
like
think that was a good
pop into
idea.
the yeah, and I think that was the most viewers I had consistently watch Call of Duty with me in a while.
Hmm.
Like they all stuck around for like a good hour
I
20.
have a hard time with viewers, dude. Like it's very hit or miss. Like I said, like my patience is really low. It's like playing with viewers. And it's fine. I'm glad that we have their support, but it's like sometimes I just can't do it.
Playing
I
with
just get
viewers.
irritated. Yeah.
Yeah, I it's hard to do that, man.
Yeah.
It's hard to do that as much as I do, I think, and I think that stands out because people know that like once you get to a certain point, it's like all right, subs only, and I haven't felt like it's right to do that yet,
Hmm.
you know.
For sure. Like
But
I'll do a lot of games with my moderators just because like I know them and they know what I like. But
I do think I need to start enforcing that you have to have a mic though,
yeah,
because
that's
I
probably smart.
yesterday the fact that like I ran into a match where I had two teammates that didn't have a mic was such a blow to like the energy because I was starting to get
Mhm.
tired too, and it was like I got nobody to talk to but the chat, and
Yeah.
I think the stream could tell because I started to see people say like, all right, I'm gonna go to bed. Like I feel like they're like, all right, like it's time to go. Like things are
Yeah.
winding down. So yeah, but I don't know. It's weird how it all works, man. There's so many
Mhm.
factors. But the biggest thing, man, is just I everybody tells I get a lot of questions. People are like, dude, like how do you stay motivated? Because I've posted before that I've have drops. You know, like it's not. I'm human too. Like it's not. You know,
Mhm.
like it's not like you get to a certain point and then it's just you're good to go. Like you don't have to worry about it anymore. But I think the biggest thing, man, is you got to realize that streaming has been a thing for like a decade now. You know, like Twitch streaming,
Mhm.
and there's at least one person in the world who has been in the exact same situation with the exact same numbers who decided, you know what, I'm gonna give up. Just don't give up.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
That's like that TikTok I posted, like what I've learned from creating content.
Yeah,
I
dude,
think
that was awesome. I love those
that was an
videos.
important video for me to post, just not just for myself, but like I know there's someone else out there that's in the same situation.
Yeah. Um, I love it when people come in and like, dude, like you know, I did what you said. I just kept pushing through, and I finally made affiliate. And I'm just like, dude, that's awesome, man.
It's a
You
good
know,
feeling.
like it's yeah, that is. I not for nothing. I mean, don't get me wrong. Making partner is super hard, but making affiliate feels like when you're trying to when it finally clicks, like how hard it is to do this,
Hmm.
you start to question whether like you have like the patience and work ethic to like put in the time and effort. And not only
Right.
that, at first, I mean, it took me 2.5 years to realize that like you can't just start streaming and people are just gonna like pop in and be like, "Oh, I'm subbing to this guy," you know. They gotta have a reason to come check you out or
Right.
come watch, you know. So I think that's the biggest thing. That's why there is I think I don't know what the statistic is now, but it when COVID was going on, they were saying that there was like 99.5% of the people on Twitch were streaming to less than 15 viewers.
Damn.
So once you get to the point where you're right around there, you got to realize that like you're on the right track. Like you're on
Hmm.
the right track, man. You just can't give up. Even
Right.
when like I mean, cuz like I said, there's ebbs and flows. Everything has
Mhm.
waves. Um and I guarantee you, man, you keep posting TikToks, you're going to have one pop off and you're going to have like a just like an awesome stream with a bunch of people that come in and check you out and stick around. That's just how it's
Yep.
been for me. So,
For sure. Just got to
just
keep it going.
yeah, man.
Can't stop.
Do you have any feedback for me, man? Cuz I feel like I don't ask enough. Is there anything you see where you're like, "Oh, he could change
Yeah, dude.
that."
I hate your content. It's the worst. I'm
Okay.
just
All right.
kidding. I'm
And
joking.
the podcast is over. Nah.
Yeah. No,
Um
man. I mean, I remember watching you a long time ago, and like when you first started streaming, like not like at first you had like 20 viewers, but like I remember just you were just you, like you were yourself. Like it felt like I was talking to the person that I knew back home, and it felt refreshing to find someone who was kind of themselves.
mhm.
So I don't have any really negative feedback, dude.
Yeah. I
I think that you're a very genuine person, and it shows on stream, from like how you talk to people to like how you like present yourself, and I think it's refreshing, and people need that. You're not fake. Is what I'm saying.
good, man. I
So
mean,
like
that's
I don't have negative feedback for you, man. I like what you do, and like I enjoy your content, and like
yeah.
you're doing okay.
I really appreciate it, man. You know, it means a lot because that's my biggest thing is like I don't want to like change because of something, you know? Like I want to stay myself. I people tell me like, "Oh, like you should do this, you should do that. You get so much more viewers," you know? Like
Mhm.
I don't want to force myself to play a game I don't like because
Yeah, for
I
sure.
know more people will watch it or something,
Hmm.
you
Like
know?
I was the same way. Like I had a lot of viewers when I was doing Fortnite, but I was like, I don't. You know what, guys? I'm probably not going to play this a whole lot because I don't like it. So like, just you doing what you do, and like doing just being yourself. I think that's the most important part, and you do that really well, and it shows. So
Thanks, man. I mean, I feel like I was going through a little bit of a rough spout when I got denied for partner. It would have been a lot worse if I didn't have my buddy Instigator. Does that name ring a bell?
no.
So Instigator TV, you should I'll let him know if we ever play together. Like, hey, this is my buddy Shadow, and then introduce you guys. But he's been streaming for like 7 years. He's been denied partner like 3 times. And somehow that guy just stays positive. I don't know, man. I don't know. He's built different, man.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever met anybody as positive as him. Like, genuinely. Like, dude, I saw somebody commented on his video or one of his TikToks and was like, he will, like, because he was saying like, hey, like, I just want to help you guys. Like, I've done a lot or he's been through a lot as far as like his streaming journey and made a lot of mistakes and stuff. And so he's like, I want to help you, And somebody was like, he's not joking. Like, I guess he was on a TikTok live or something. And some guy was like, I'm at McDonald's right now and I just realized that I don't have, like, I was just going to get a McFlurry and I didn't have like the money to buy a McFlurry. And Gator freaking Venmo'd the guy so he could buy a McFlurry, like on this TikTok live.
Nice.
Like, he's
That's
a good
awesome.
dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was just on, so I'm gonna be posting his episode, and you'll see. Like, it's like me and you. Like, I just met the guy, and like it's like me and you talking.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But he told me, he was like, yeah, dude. He's like, I'm rooting for you. He's like, I hope you make it your second or third time. That he gave me some tips that he because he has a lot of friends that over the last 7 years have made it, and he has some like insight as to why he thinks they made it and like he didn't. So yeah, he gave me some pointers, and hopefully like, I trust that like some of the advice he gave me is really important. So
Yeah.
but the biggest thing is just he's like, just don't quit.
Yeah.
No matter what, don't quit.
Biggest thing for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, man, you should definitely listen to that one.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
Yeah, I think you'll like that one.
I watched a couple of them, or I listened to a couple of them already.
Yeah, I don't like. I mean, we do it for 3 hours, and that's why I post the highlights, is because I know that people won't listen to the whole 3 hours. But I mean, if somebody comes in and listens to one little chunk of it and they get something out of it, that's a win for me.
Oh yeah.
It's like, because it's not just about streaming; it's about life, man.
Oh yeah, I agree.
So, but yeah, man, I'll see you in a bit if you want to play some Road Company.
Yeah, I'm
I'll let you go.
down to play Road Company. Let's do it.
And tell the wife we said hi, man.
I will. Thanks for having me on, dude. Yeah. I had a good time.
Dude, it'll happen again. We'll definitely chat again sometime.
Right,
Take care, man.
Yeah, peace out.
Peace.